All right, welcome back to that Huskies play D&D or whatever we call it these days. When you when you last left our adventurers, the DM had evidently taken a serious TBI that has lasted into this week. But other than that, they had just gotten out of their cages, or I guess they got into some cages out of their chains and murdered a whole lot of dogs. Desecrated a singular small corpse and kind of just found different ways to interact there. Towards the end of the day, they were given the blessings of whatever these gods were that brought them into this time warp of sorts, and they took a rest after a lot of dog bites, some really bad slashes, and just overall having to get some healing done. So with that, and being back here, and obviously none of our opinions reflecting anything for the University of Washington or the Department of Veterans Affairs, and the opinions of just ourselves, what do you all do?
Well, Aang's in the
Um,
middle of an existential crisis because he's not even sure if this is real.
Okay.
Do you mind repeating that? Sorry, my sirenscape was really loud.
Aang is in the middle of existential crisis because he's not sure this is all even real right now. Because it feels very familiar, and he's also told by a god that he died, so he's not even sure if he's still alive right now. And this may just be some sort of hell.
Yeah, so were we all told that we died?
You all heard
That
the
was
same
kind of-
exact things.
Okay.
So you all were not told you died. He is, because he's not from your group.
Okay.
We already rested, right? And like
Mhm.
we piled up those dogs.
Sure did.
Body.
Okay. Well, as much as I love the dog wall, I think maybe we should disassemble it and move on and try to get out of here.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I mean,
Dog
go
wall.
go for it.
I couldn't hear that in
Aang is
wait,
just,
so we can't leave?
Are you guys taking down the dog wall?
I think we should take down the dog wall.
All right, who's
Yeah,
helping
let's
take
try
down
to
the dog wall?
concurs.
Is it just one of you? Is it all of you? Is it 10 of you?
Aang is currently gently hitting his head against the wall, like repeatedly, just kind of like trying to get a sense of things.
Roll a d20.
Hortrada's gonna talk to Aang, see if he can bring him back to reality.
He's gently hitting his head. He's not trying to hurt himself. He's just trying to see
Okay.
what's happening there.
You have a headache. All right,
Does this headache give me clarity?
what's that?
Does this headache give me clarity?
No. So who all's taking down the dog wall?
I'll help Indra.
Indra.
Okay, so Aurora and Endra. Okay, roll con saves for me.
Oh.
Endra, while you're kind of, well, actually, or okay, both of you are gonna get it. Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see what I roll. Okay, never mind. You got lucky, and I found out which dice I'm not using. Nothing happens. You're able to dismantle the entirety of the bodies and place them elsewhere.
What a relief.
Sweet, thank you.
Note to self, don't interact with any more dog corpses.
You don't know what was happening.
I don't want to take any chances.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, Horshad, I believe you had said you were talking to Angry and asking him something.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that Angry was okay.
Am I in hell?
Apparently not.
Sounds like something hell would tell me. I died.
Yes,
Why am I here?
I'm not sure. We're not sure why we're here. But the only thing that should matter, Angry, is that you are here. You're here with us.
I'm upset. I have a headache.
You want some medicine?
I want to hit something. Let's go.
That's more like it. All right, I think we should go through the hallway.
What is
Yeah, there's a hallway down this way.
everybody's passive
Oh.
perception?
11.
17 for
What?
Aurora.
Okay.
Uh, 10. Also,
Or
sorry, go ahead.
no. Like I'm still trying to find. My
Left
number.
side.
On the left. Second box on the left.
See it. Oh, thank you. 13.
13. Okay. What were you saying, Liv?
Oh, while we're proceeding down this hallway, Endra would like to be sneaky. Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, roll stealth. You are
So
very
close.
sneaky.
What a relief.
Okay.
Aang's gonna hit his quarterstaff on the side of this wall and it's kind of like yell like, "Come out, you bastards! I know you're here."
Roll a strength check.
Strength. Okay.
Ing, I think we're trying to be sneaky.
He's not.
Well, I'm gonna whisper to him that you should shut up because we're trying to be sneaky.
Can Horchata try to convince Angry to be sneaky?
You can talk to him, but
Okay,
at
like
this
can't
moment,
like roll.
his quarter stat. No, you can never roll against somebody because they have to. They're autonomous. But right now, I'll say Angry is flexed hard, and he has his quarterstaff. He is ready to pummel. So I'll give you a moment before he clings the wall.
Angry, do you think it's a good idea to bring attention to the group right now?
I mean, I want attention. If you guys, you guys are doing this whole sneaky thing. Okay, I'll go up here and do it. You guys hang back.
Perfect.
Aang will walk up here and do it.
So you're still hitting the wall.
Oh yeah, but I'm just doing it away from people trying to be sneaky. So I'll stand at the crossroads. Stand at the crossroads doing that.
Let me.
We don't even have to ask this guy to be bait. Just doing it himself.
Yeah, Angry, I still feel like that's going to affect the group because we're like near, we're like not that far from you.
As Angry continues to be committed to just
Here, I'll stay
no, you
40 feet ahead of them while we're walking. and do this.
that'd be nice, but unfortunately, I've already started it, so you are stuck with what you got. As that banging occurs, out of one of the rooms down the hall, a large man, accompanied by a near-sized platoon or squad of bandits, appears, and amongst them is also another individual who looks like an acolyte. Everybody, roll initiative.
Or I'll line them up for you.
Thanks, Ing.
Oh, why is the
You can
music
get like a 3 for 1. You can, like Horchata, you can get like a 8 for 1 spell going on there.
Like, what do you mean? 8 for 1?
Like you can hit all 8 of them at once with the spell, probably.
Oh, there's 8 of them?
There's
Yeah,
What?
you have a-
Well, like I haven't turned the corner, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
they're
sorry.
dead in front of me.
You've turned the
Wait,
corner.
is
How
that
can you not
kinda
see
ev-
them?
Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to zoom out. Zoom out. Horchata's squinting. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Angry 9, Horchata 20, Aurora 9, and Endra 8. Okay.
You guys have your Sirenscape up. Like, this is a bop. This kind of slaps.
Blanche. Oh, that's just unfortunate for y'all.
It always is.
I mean, this whole thing could have been avoided. Just like,
It actually could have.
Oh.
Completely, in fact.
I say
I love
after this
how-
week, kick out Aang.
Staying true to the character, though, like that's some commitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna do what he's gonna do, and what he does is angry.
So our first guy here, the one that walked out. Let's see. I don't know how to do Brandon's cool thing where we like zoom in on the token.
I'll just zoom in manually so I can get the same effect.
Yeah. So zoom in manually as you please. But yeah. So he's going to start us off here. He is going to walk up immediately to the large man, and he is going to. He's not even going to ask. Like, these people are not supposed to be out of their cage. He knows this. He put you there. And he is going to make 2 attacks with his scimitar. Does a 21 and a 20 hit.
Yee.
Okay. So, where the hell is my D6? That's just normal dice. Okay. So 8 and 5. So you'll take 13 damage.
Okay.
And then he is going to follow up with a dagger hit, which misses dismally. He nearly cut himself doing so. And that will be his turn. Horchata, what do you do?
Horchata is going to. Let me just make sure I measure out my distance here. 30 feet. All right, Horchata is going to whiz past the gentleman that just attacked Angry, and he's going to try and talk to this sorceress.
Okay.
And
Are you being intimidating? Are you persuading me? Are
I'm
you
going to try
putting
to
on it?
persuade her and the minions not to attack us.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Rolling persuasion.
They seem obscenely more aggressive after you've spoken to them.
Horchata realizes, well, it was worth a shot, and I'm going to cast a spell directly at the sorceress and her group. It's going to be 3rd level. Wait, no. Yes, 3rd level Agnasser's Scorcher.
Okay. Roll it out.
Rolling it.
Okay. So a DC of 15 and 15 damage if they don't. Okay. So let's see here. Our bandits. They are plus.
It says each creature in line must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So give me a second here.
Yeah.
Okay. 3rd bandit. Exit. Okay, the acolyte and the bandit directly behind her both seem to be able to nudge out of the way, getting scorched ever so slightly. So they will take the necessary damage there. So they'll do 8 because we round up. Everyone else will take 15.
Very nice.
Yep. So just give me a moment as I stick all that stuff in. Okay, do you have anything else whilst I'm calculating the damage?
No, like Horchata gave a little wink and a spin and says out loud, "Bring it on, sister."
She snarls at you as you turn away with that little wink and a shim. She is displeased that she took even the slightest amount of damage. But she has her eyes set on you.
Showdown.
All right. So our first bandit here will move upwards to you, and he is going to make 2 swipes at you with his scimitar. Ooh, God, excuse me, that was disgusting. Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
He actually ends up, after that first failed swing, he kind of just keeps going, and he cuts his own leg, dealing himself 2 damage. He's not graceful. Perhaps the fire hurt him, but no one's quite sure. Okay, so he's gone. Our next one also comes up, but he comes up behind you in order to take a advantage of his attacks. So he is going to swing twice at you with a scimitar with advantage. Does a 22 hit?
It hits.
Okay, and his second is not going to hit. Wow, those were terrible. This dice is in jail. And you will take a total of 5 damage from him.
5 damage. Shadow winks again.
The third one will move up as well, and he's also going to take a swipe at you with advantage. The first one will hit. The... can't even tell what the hell is that. Second one's a crit. So the first hit does 3 damage, and the second does an amazing 6. So a total of 9 from him.
Got it.
All right. Our next
Shadow's no
bandit
longer
here,
working.
he is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to move here, and he is going to levy his crossbow at Aang and shoot him. Does a 20 hit?
Yeep.
And he is gonna... Ooh. That's not good. Where did my D8 go?
Oh.
For a total of 9 damage.
It's a D10, not a D20. I did that wrong.
What are you
Total of
gonna roll?
9. The deflect missile.
Okay.
No damage on that.
Alright. He's gonna levy his crossbow for a second shot. And he misses. So good for him. Okay. So that's going to be his turn. I know, super eventful. He did a lot there. So this guy... Why is that not showing up? He is going to move 20 up here, and he's going to levy his crossbow at Horchata. Kind of doing the same thing. First not hitting, and the second not hitting as well. He's very displeased and not a good archer. That'll be his turn. Angry. What do you do?
I'm gonna talk to this guy, but I want answers. Telling him I want answers.
Okay. Are you intimidating him? Are you?
I'm just trying to talk to him.
He does not seem receptive. He is intent on putting you back into the cage whence you came.
Well, then I'm gonna rage. Then.
Sounds appropriate.
And then with that, I'm gonna go. Or no, that's next. 1 second. Features and training. That has to be next turn. Oh, never mind. Whatever. I'll be going into a frenzy too, but I can't do that next time until next turn. So I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot how to do this. And by this, I mean how to play D&D.
It happens to the best of us. Okay, so you're hitting him with your quarterstaff?
Mm-hmm. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
So that's gonna be 11 plus. I think it's 2 damage.
Okay, so 13.
What did it do? And I already used my bonus action, so that's it.
Okay. He doesn't look particularly phased by your attack. More
No way.
annoyed.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I was gonna move.
All right.
Um,
If you do that,
I'm gonna-
you are going to have an attack of opportunity from him.
I'm gonna stay within where he's at.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move right there.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Aurora, what do you do?
Well, I'm first gonna yell at Skinny Bottom and ask if he's okay being collateral damage. I can attack a majority of these guys, but yeah, you might get swiped a little bit in the process.
I like Horchata, like in the crowd, tries to peek his head and goes, "I knew what I was getting myself into."
Okay, you
Go
kind
for
of
it.
just
I like
go
die
right in
this turn.
into the crowd. I'll
Oh.
heal you after, just in case.
Sounds good. Like the
Okay.
sounds good is like muffled through the all the
To
bodies.
the bodies.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Aurora, what are you
Well-
doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Okay.
So I'll display it in here. It's a 10-foot radius, depending on where I cast it. So I'm going to, don't want to hit anyone.
That hit me.
Because then I should be able to get everyone.
I'm
Well-
I'm here to be hit.
Let's see if I do. Okay. Yeah, I can do everyone. So I'm gonna cast it right here,
Okay.
and then that should just get everybody in that
Okay.
sphere.
And it's con saves of 15.
And I'm doing a level 3.
Okay.
I'll heal y'all.
Oh, I saved.
Oh, you still take
Oh.
half.
Yeah.
Oops.
Of 26?
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's a lot.
Cool.
Let's see.
What's good for the bad guys?
Good for us. Bad for them. Bad
Okay.
for her child.
Bad for y'all. Good
So
for
That's
let
her
yeah.
me
shot.
do some rolling here. We'll start with our guy in the front. So it's con saves, right? All right, he makes it. Go to our second one. He also makes it. Third one makes it as well. So now we're on number 4. He does not. Number 5 does not. Number 6 does. So 3 and 4 and 5 all take 26. Everyone else takes half. So 13.
Forgot about that straggler.
1, he will take 13 as well. Number 2 will take 13. That one will take 26. That one will also take 26.
That's a lot of damage.
This one.
Yeah, I'm quite
takes
pleased with that.
26. And this one takes 13. Was that in range to get the acolyte? It was. She'll also take half. Okay, so as that shatter just kind of levies down, you see quite a few of the bandits just drop. And in fact, our bandit here, he just being the center focus of the blast, seemingly just literally explodes. And the other two behind him take a little bit of shrapnel damage and end up also not being so happy with their life. So yeah, let's see. Hold on a second. I've mixed up the order, so I'm switching
Nice.
them around real quick. 2, 3 is dead, 4 is dead, and 5 is dead. So yeah,
Wow.
these
Oh,
three just
my God.
these other two got splattered by stuff. Somehow Aang and Horchata only took a little bit of that damage, but seemingly everyone else is extraordinarily upset with what is happening. So, Aurora, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That
Worked
was
out well.
productive.
I'm just glaring at Aang the whole time.
All right.
'Cause it's his fault.
Endra, what do you do?
I'm still sneaked, right?
Yes.
I got really loud all of a sudden.
You are snuck.
He's snuck.
Fabulous. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Yeah, it's really loud. Okay. Anyway, Endra is going to use her bonus action to do 2-weapon fighting and launch 2 daggers consecutively at this fellow.
Okay. You will roll with advantage on both.
Fabulous. Please. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I have to roll this 4 times.
One would assume yes. Yes.
Okay.
And once more.
With feeling.
Okay. Both of your daggers hit true. Roll damage.
Awesome.
Your first one will gain sneak
Whoops.
attack. Jesus Christ. Okay, so
I don't know how to
17.
not do that.
You're fine.
Sorry.
Okay, so 17 and 7, so a total of 24 damage. Let's see. As your daggers go flying at him, he was still recovering from that insane piece of magic that came flying at him. He just takes both, one in the collar, the other in the other side, and he just kind of... and a little bit of blood just comes up through his mouth. He's still standing, but boy, does he look worse for wear.
Sick. All right. The last thing that Ender's going to do is she's going to use her movement to come right here and end her turn.
Okay. Now that it is the wonderful town of Disney, we'll have our acolyte go. So she is going to point her finger right at the lieutenant. And as she does, she just yells, "Burn." So right now, Endra and Aang make a dex saving throw. Okay.
I get advantage on these.
Go for it.
Did it roll twice or not? Nope.
Said you have advantage, so go for it.
No, I didn't know if it rolled twice or not. I hit it twice. It didn't do it twice.
Fortunately, neither of you make it. You're not dead.
18 doesn't save?
Huh?
18 doesn't save?
I have a question.
Yes.
Since is this I have the cloak of displacement on. Does this like count as an attack where they have disadvantage or no?
For you, they're not at disadvantage. Aang just has a specific thing where he has advantage on those saves.
I know, I'm saying I'm wearing the cloak of displacement, so anytime someone attacks me, they have to roll with disadvantage. Yeah.
It's a spell, so it's just a flat
That's what
DC.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, is if it's like if this is a personal attack?
No, she is actually blasting the lieutenant, who you two are
Okay.
taking the damage with. So the lieutenant fails his, so hopefully he doesn't have a bad time here, but he probably will. Let's see what happens. All right, you both take 20 damage, and the lieutenant burns into a crisp, just decays.
Okay.
Okay.
The daggers sit atop the pile of dust, just nicely buried, easily picking up, if you would so wish. So he's burnt to a crisp. He is literally ashes. She then turns her to look directly above the corpses at Horchata, and she... Let's see. She just looks at him, and as she reaches to her chest, she casts Cure Wounds and heals herself for 16.
Well,
That will
I didn't
be-
see that spell in the.
In the what?
Oh no! Oh my god! I was just saying, like I didn't see that spell like in the list of spells.
Well, she's fancy, so
It was Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what you have?
I have Cure Wounds, yeah.
Oh
It's
damn.
like
Okay.
a cleric thing.
That's what happens when you.
Or-
many,
Something.
many
When you
different people
skim.
have it. Okay, so with that, we move into our bandit who is still alive. So he is gonna march his way up here, and he's gonna levy his bow over at Horchata. First one misses. Second one is a crit. So he will do. Where did that go? A D8? It's a D8. Okay. He'll do a total of 8 damage to you.
Ooh.
And that will be his turn. The lieutenant is dead, so he's not taking a turn. Horchata, what do you do?
So Horchata just like taking that damage isn't too happy. He like yells in the 10-foot like radius that is surrounding him. Do you guys like grease?
And he
No
was
one answers.
They all are noticeably confused.
Without saying anything, Horchata kneels down to the ground and casts the first level spell, Grease.
Okay, and what's the range for that?
The range for this is, let's see here. I think there's a way I can display it, right?
Oh, there we go.
Hey, yo,
Okay,
there
10
it is.
feet,
Okay.
so literally everyone's surrounding you.
That's right.
Aang, I'm gonna need to have you do a DC deck save. All right, Aang is unfortunately not covered in grease. All right, let's check our other guys. Bandit 1 is okay. Bandit 2 is now greased. Let's see. So he'll fall on his next turn, and this bandit is able to stay up, as is the acolyte. So this guy here, he will fall. Everyone still has to make DCs on their next turn, including Aang,
If I
because
end
they're
my
in that
turn,
space. Huh?
If I end my turn there, yeah.
Yes. So the first one, he is well on his way to falling on his ass.
So, like which ones are not falling?
Everyone else is fine. This guy
Everyone
is
else-
going to be falling as soon as his turn starts, and he'll have to use half of his movement to stand.
Got it. All right. Horchata kind of gives like a little chuckle and awaits to see what happens next. Now that the enemies are about to fall prone,
Okay.
exposed.
So this guy uses half of his movement speed to stand back up after he falls, and he will take a grand total of 1 damage from that. When he fell, he hurt his knee. His little slippy. And he is going to make an attack at Horchata here with his scimitar. Does a 21 hit?
A 21 hits.
And that means the second one will hit as well. So he is going to do a total of 10 damage to you.
Oh,
Which guy did
Horchata's no longer smiling.
Was this guy.
So I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, go for it. Okay, it hits.
Solid 6 damage.
Great. Okay, so you're doing the two-handed?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to make sure, you were doing your
Reaction.
reaction. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he takes 6 damage. He wasn't expecting a quarterstaff to come swinging out of nowhere and slapping him in the back of the head. He's still standing, if ever so barely. And let's see if he remains standing. He does not. In fact, he falls and he takes the additional 5 damage to kill him, and his head just cracks open on the grease. How unfortunate. What a critical failure. All right, our last bandit here is gonna, having seen his friend just fall down and die, is gonna try and attack the wizard who did that to him. with the first one hitting and the second one not, he will do a total of 3 damage. Real big weapons here.
3 damage.
Alright, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. Aang, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh, I'm gonna attack this guy that's right in front of me.
Okay. Doesn't
That
hit.
didn't work. So that was fun.
Aurora, what the fuck are you thinking of doing?
Wait, did y'all see that?
I'm gonna move out
Yeah.
of the group area though.
Wait, it says hide from others.
You can't hide it from me.
Oh, ignore that.
Yeah, I didn't land, so I cannot make an unarmed strike. Oh no, I can make an unarmed strike. What am I thinking? Of course I'm gonna make an unarmed strike.
I'm assuming this is your bonus action?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Aang is not gonna be good at anything today. And
Okay, yeah, he's able to definitely dodge out of the way. Seemingly, the grease has actually assisted him in being a little bit more mobile under it. Or maybe it's hurt you in some way.
maybe. As difficult terrain mean my movement's half?
It's not difficult terrain, it's just you're going to slip hardcore if
Well,
you stay
maybe-
there.
Or the spell mates said it was difficult terrain in the area that was covered.
Oh, yeah, then it's half movement.
So
Just
I
to
moved
get out of there.
20. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna take one big step back then.
Okay. Cool. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Aurora, what do you do?
Yeah, this might have soiled my plan because I totally forgot about it. If I were to charge into the buttery surface,
You will need to make a dex throw as you enter.
okay, and then what does it have to be?
Above 15.
Higher than? And that would be a dex
Enter if
save.
you dare.
I know.
Enter my grease pit.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. But before I do that, I'm just gonna kind of yell out to everybody. I'm not saying we should do this because it's against my religion. However, maybe we could try to kidnap one of them and utilize the torture room next to us to get some information. Just putting that out there. Yeah, just
Ender's
so we
all
can-
for this and is visibly excited
Aang
immediately.
screams and
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I'm kind of directing, that speech at Endra. And now I'm gonna try to charge and hit is it a witch lady? The sorceress?
The acolyte?
my
Yeah.
hooves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. First,
Um,
make a dex save.
Yep.
All
Oh,
right. You are
yay.
successful
All right.
in not eating shit.
All right.
Roll your
my
hooves.
Yeah, and this is gonna be it's a bonus action, so. Oh, okay, sorry. So I hit with a melee, and then the bonus action is the hooves
Okay.
if I charge. So let's just say that I was using the battle axe.
Okay. Roll your battle axe.
Okay.
It hits.
All
and
right.
she'll take 10 damage there.
Before I hit or use my hooves, can I assess her how she's doing?
She looks okay.
Okay, going with the hooves.
I'm gonna hove you, bitch. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you just get to hit it. All right. She takes an additional. Or wait, no.
Oh, I think. Wait, do I? Yeah.
Never
I
mind.
think I just get to hit it.
She dodges against your hoofs. They're still muddled with grease, so you lose your balance a little bit as you go.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Endra, your turn.
Okay, Endra is going to collect her daggers from this pile of ashes and do
Okay.
a saucy little cartwheel, not to be confused with last week's sexy little somersault, over to right here. And then she's going to once again use her 2-weapon fighting with the daggers that she just collected to attack this fellow.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Right
Whoa.
on.
The first one kills him.
Oh, awesome.
He's dead. You can throw your second one elsewhere if you would like.
No, I will instead just not do 2-weapon fighting, and I will instead use my bonus action to, you guessed it, dodge. And then my
Okay.
turn.
All right. In the future, I will not allow that, but in this one, I will because you murdered him dead with 2 crits. Wow. All right. With that, the Acolyte's turn is happening. She is going to move kind of sideways to Aurora and then behind her, and she again is going to cast this lovely little spell that she likes so much, Sacred Flame at you, and make a roll for DC, Dex save. Ooh, unfortunately, you're going to take the brunt of this damage. All right, you take 11 damage from her.
Oh. Is that all?
Indeed, and then she casts
Okay.
Cure Wounds and heals herself again.
Oh.
All right, that
Is
is
she
her.
still on butter?
Like
the
she,
slippery
she
surface?
is out of the butter area.
Oh, okay.
I guess grease, butter. What's the difference?
It's I was gonna ask actually, Victor, because it calls for a bit of pork rind or butter.
he has
which
a
one did you
components
use?
pouch.
Probably the pork rind. I have some in my bag.
Okay, so it's a pork rind grease surface.
It's a pork rind grease, which is like the best, right? That's
Uh,
How long is
this-
it grease
gotcha.
for?
10 minutes? Minute?
A minute.
a minute.
Yeah, which is long enough. This bandit here, he falls and hits his knee on the ground, takes half of his movement to stand back up. Moving over to Aurora, he's going to try and slash her twice with a scimitar. The first one missing. Oh, wait, no, he gets advantage. The first one missing. And the second one missing as well. Evidently, that bum knee is quite terrible for him. That's his turn. Horchata, what do you do?
Horchata is going to run on up to join the battle.
Okay.
Moving right here next to this dude. And I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead on him.
Okay. Why don't you tell us what it does?
Let's see here. Yes. So as I pick here, let's see. And he is missing some hit points.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to point to this creature and the sound. Oh, like what is that? Dolores? Like Dolores? Like Dolores bells?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, it sounds like.
Okay. Fill the air around it for a moment. So now he has to
He's dead.
roll a wisdom. Oh,
Yeah.
he's dead.
No, he died.
Okay.
He didn't have a
Fantastic.
whole lot left, but even with him succeeding on that wisdom save, it was not quite enough. All right. Anything else that you do on your turn, sir?
No, that's it. I do a little dance and celebration.
Little dance in the pants. All right. Angry, it's your turn. What do you do?
So I can only go 20 feet unless I dash. I'm gonna try to intimidate the woman.
You
Oh, you
wanna
figured out how to do it.
You want to
Oh, there it
intimidate
is.
her?
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
woman, stand down, or I will beat you to a pulp.
Roll intimidation. She seems sufficiently intimidated. As you tell her that you're just going to beat her to a pulp, she seems to become a little more passive, but not quite restrained entirely. You might be able to do something, but you're not sure.
Put your hands on the wall and leave them there.
Is this intimidation again?
Well, I thought this is like me intimidating her now, kind of telling her like,
No, you already
Hey,
did
do
one
the-
command of it.
Well, did she stand down?
Not particularly, but she seemed a lot more passive.
Well, what does that mean?
Means that she's not actively burning the ever-living shit out of people. She looks like she hasn't even been harmed yet, so she's not particularly scared.
All right, well then I'm going to use all my movement to try to get to here. So I'll make a dex save as I go through the grease.
I think the grease is gone.
Nope.
No, grease is
It
there
has
for a
not been a
minute.
minute.
Oh, it hasn't? Oh, I thought it has been a minute.
No, every turn
been a
is
hot
6
minute.
seconds.
Yeah, so I can
Oh,
get to,
dang.
I'll roll dex.
I eagerly await it.
For the roll.
Alright, you don't slip and eat shit.
Yeah, that's my turn. I intimidated her to stand down, and I moved right next to her.
Alright, Aurora.
Okay, I am also going to try to have a conversation with her by intimidating her and say, you see what we did to all your comrades? We'll spare you if you tell us who you are and why you had us all chained up.
Roll intimidation.
Sorry, can I do it? Like, maybe I was more persuasive?
Sure.
Or
Try-
going
try-
for
That sounds like a
persuasion?
persuasive thing,
Try
less than
and
an
persuade
intimidation thing.
Okay. I think Aurora's a little better at that than intimidation.
She kind of looks at you with a grimace, not necessarily scared or even really convinced. She finds it odd that a horse is talking to her.
Well,
she was raised in
the
a scout
human-
village.
body of me talking, so I don't know. But okay.
She's never seen a centaur before. You're the first one.
I guess understandable. Okay, so she doesn't look like she's gonna attack us, but she's not.
She looks
Giving
like
us
she
answers.
might, but she hasn't burned down the entire building yet. She seems a little odded out by the giant, angry orc next to her, but again, she looks completely fine. Like nothing has even scratched her. It seems like.
Okay.
She does have 7 dead companions. One that she killed.
That should give you an indication of her mental health.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna, try to, what's the word? Use a rope to,
Subdue.
no, what's the word? Wrap the rope around her?
Bind?
Oh,
you
lasso
want
her?
to
Lasso?
No, like, bind.
Maybe
maybe
give her the
the-
option to be bound.
Bind
Like,
her with rope? Huh?
All
Yeah.
right. Roll
Strength? To try to-
No, roll dexterity with disadvantage.
What? Just
She's
like whipping out a
she's
rope
complete-
and,
Well, I mean, is
Oh.
that not what you're doing?
yeah.
Are you not rodeoing her?
are you asking her to like let us tie her up, or are you like?
I don't think she's gonna let us tie her up.
Not with that persuasion roll.
I know. Well, it's either attack her or try to rope, like,
Well,
bind
if you're
her.
gonna try and rope her, then do a dex save, or not
Yeah,
a dex save.
okay.
Sorry, roll dex with disadvantage.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because
That's not
again,
gonna go well.
she's completely healthy. She's not even on the ground. Also,
Yeah.
Brandon would like to know, when did you get a TBI, Jesse?
Honestly, I feel like I've always had one. Like, it's just my life.
There you go.
Wait, is it a dex? Just
Just
skill.
dex.
Just
Just
dex.
dex.
Okay.
And roll it twice.
I'm trying to find it. Oh god. Okay.
It's at the top.
This is not gonna go well.
It
Nope.
did not go well. She completely dodged out of the way, grabbed the rope, and rearranged it onto Aang. Aang, make a dex saving throw twice.
I'm gonna make it 4 times because I got advantage.
Well, I'm giving you advantage. That's why I said twice. Aang definitely
Oh.
dodges the rope. She is angry, but she has a rope.
Damn. Okay. That's my turn.
I guess you're
Not
not as
well.
much of a cowboy as you thought. Or cowgirl.
Yeah, I
in
should
this
stick to the high
instance.
seas.
Indeed.
So usually it's the people roping the horses, not the horses roping the people. So it's understandable.
Boom. Endra, what would you like to do?
Endra is horrified at the strategy being used. And she is going to use her full movement speed to move right here, scampering over these corpses
Make a
to
dex
avoid
save.
the butter.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, okay.
With my little hooves, I step across only their bodies.
Well, when you step over to Horchata, do you also step over him, or do you step to the side of him?
Ooh, I should have measured first. Hang on, let me-
There's a body right here.
I'm just mainly asking, are you trampling him, or are you walking on the same pathway as him and kind of brushing by?
Well, give me a second. I want to find out. No,
Okay.
I took this course.
All Still, make a dex save actually, make an acrobatics save to assume that you were able to do some ninja warrior.
Oh no!
All right, make 2 dex saves real quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
you kind of slip, but you're able to gather yourself up. It's exactly like Ninja Warrior. Like you take a fall and almost seemingly you just like grab a random object, sit back up, and then keep scampering over. Your hoof has a small chip in it though, and it is annoying, but not necessarily
Aw.
painful.
Okay. All right. So now, Endra's also going to try to intimidate the acolyte. She's gonna say, frankly, just some horrendous things. I don't know if there are slurs in this within
I
our
wanna hear them.
culture, but
What do you say?
no, I mean it's really the kind of thing that Endra wouldn't say this were it not for the fact that her mother is dead and couldn't possibly hear it repeated.
Oh, okay. She begins to cower backwards, slightly scared of the small goat person who has just cramps upon the corpses of her comrades, some of which she killed herself. But she looks very docile currently.
Awesome. All right. Well, the next thing that Endra's going to do is she's going to whip out her immovable rod, but will not activate it. So it's just a rod
You
currently.
always whip it out. Never just take it out, or like I
Just whipping out
use.
Well, I imagine that she stores it like back here. So when she
some Dragon
pulls
Ball
it
Z
out,
shit.
she does like a little wrist roll, you know? So anyway, she does a little wrist roll,
Yeah.
and she's going to attempt to bring her arm across the acolyte's neck and shoulders with the bar and like force her onto the ground, onto her knees or her stomach, ideally. Yeah.
All right, roll a d20 because this is an improvised weapon.
I messed up.
Just slash RD20.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
She dodges out of the way and just steps back quickly, disengaging from your team as you attempt to throw that bar. You land up against the whatchamacallit, the wall. Was the bar gonna activate as you pushed it down?
No, that was not my plan.
Okay.
So
You kind of just like
she's disengaged.
yes.
Okay.
So Endra, you're gonna move into the spot next to Aurora and Angry, down one. Yep.
Okay.
And you just kind of fall a little bit. Make a dex save.
Oh my gosh. Did I just exit? Yeah, I did. My bad.
It's okay. I'll move you.
Thanks.
Let's see. Wow.
What?
Is your shit gone?
Hang on.
I'll do your save for you. Oh
Okay,
wow.
thanks. Well, for what it's worth, I accidentally just rolled in return Sudnal and not time warp, and I rolled a nat 20, so
You also rolled a nat 20 here.
fabulous.
You stand right back up. Nothing even really happened, but your attack was unsuccessful. Anything
Okay.
else you'd like to do in your turn?
Endra's gonna just kind of spit in the rudely spit, like consistent with all the slurs she just levied at this woman that she just met. An underturn.
She dodges out of the way of your spit. Alright, now it is her turn. Having been attacked, she is no longer seemingly passive. She takes another 2 steps back points directly at the space that Aurora occupies and yells, "Burn!" All 4 of you make, let's see, dex saving throws. Aang, obviously yours with advantage. Alright, you're good, Aang. Don't even worry about it. Alright, everyone else takes full damage. Oh, God. Come on, really? Motherfuck. Alright, so, let's see. Aang, you're going to take 2 damage. Everyone else takes 5. Yeah, real big baller. And then she is going to use the rest of her movement and run away, essentially.
No.
With that, the encounter ends, or seemingly, unless you're going to try and chase after her.
Andrew thinks we should chase
yeah.
after her.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
Horchata, do you want to chase after her?
I will go with what the group decides, and if we want to chase, we chase.
Okay.
We're chasing.
So you saw her slip away going this direction. That was the last that you saw her. Horchata, you need to make a dex saving throw because you're standing in grease.
Copy that. Horchata looks down.
You slip forward, so you lose 10 movement, but you stay standing.
Fantastic. 10 movement. So 20. Alright, Horchata is in the chase. Moving right there.
Okay. All right. So then it is Aang. What would you like to do with your turn?
Oh, he's chasing.
All right, chase away.
1 second. So 5, 10, 15, 20. The hell did she go? How far did she move?
As you turn around the corner, you should be able to see a small opening to the door to your left.
Alright.
Do you see said thing?
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. What's her damn movement speed?
Fast enough.
She moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. She made the 100 feet in like
Maybe
10
she did.
seconds?
Or maybe there's some magic at play here. Either way, are you going in there? Or are you moving the door?
No, I'm just going to yell, like, hey, you move too fast. Come back.
You're going to yell that directly into the room.
Oh, yeah, I'm staying right at the face of it.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to do in your turn?
Just glare.
Okay. All right, Aurora.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna dash, I guess.
Okay.
Wait, can I like move first? Oh. Well, that was 30. Wait, okay, and then this is like 40. Yeah, I guess I'll dash into this room. See how far I can go.
What's your movement? Speed normal?
40, so
Okay, you
I can
move up
move
to 80.
80. Yeah, so I can move like, oh jeez. Up to here. Oh, I found her. Okay, hey guys, she's in this room. And that's it, because that's my movement speed.
Okay.
Oh, she's on the room to the right.
Roll performance.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big room, so who knows if your voice carried out.
Yeah.
Aang and Horchata are able to hear you. Endra, not so much.
Okay.
All right, Endra, what do you do?
All right. Well, the good news is Endra was already gonna run that direction. Maybe not
Okay.
in that. Whoops. Why did I do that? Okay.
I don't know.
She's gonna dash. So that's 20 feet, and then I'm gonna go. I need to zoom out. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna move another 50 feet to right there. Oh, well, what? So now, having passed the opening to that room, I would not have made that decision if I'd known where that's where the opening to the room was. But Ender would have seen the opening to the room as she passed it, right? That makes sense, right?
I mean, sure.
Okay, well, when I reached there, so that's another.
I mean, Aurora literally just like bumped into there, so like as you walk by, it is completely visible to you what is in
Okay.
that room.
So now I have moved 35 feet, and I'm gonna move an additional 35 feet to. I think that's more like 30 feet, but whatever. Anyway, I'm moving right there. That
Okay.
and then I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right. And Horchata, what would you like to do? Horchata? Sarah?
Sorry about that. Just getting a PB&J. Okay, what'd I miss?
What would you like to do? It's your turn.
Oh, okay, now that I have my full movement speed, wow, the party's gone. So I'm assuming they're still in the chase, so I'm going to do a dash, which is 60 feet, right? You double your movement.
Mm-hmm.
May I tell him what I yelled since he heard it?
Sure.
I don't know if you heard what I yelled.
Go
No,
for it.
no,
Horchata?
sorry, I was completely away. Yeah.
Oh, you're good. I yelled like, "Hey, she's here in the room to the right."
Oh, the room to the right. Okay, so
Oh, like down
Horchata's
the
gonna...
hallway to the right.
Got it. Okay, so let's see here. All right, Horchata moves to the room to the right and is at the entrance. Let's see here. Looking in the room. Okay, she's... All right, so I yell to the group, "Hey, like, what's going on here?"
Yep. No one can respond.
Oh,
You start hearing as you all enter this room, Aang doesn't quite see what's happening or hear it more specifically, but you all start hearing a very weird melody. And if you have Sirenscape open, you would hear said melody.
That's extremely unnerving. In case anyone's wondering.
Yeah, we hear it. It's like a little kid singing.
Brandon,
Okay,
what the fuck is this music? Oh no, I fucked up my Zoom, so now it's not showing up. God damn it. Alright, keep going, folks. So, Horchata, what do you respond to this creepy music?
so I cannot hear the music,
Oh,
but I'm going to take a potion of healing, being that I'm at a pretty low HP.
okay.
Are we still in initiative?
I think we are.
Okay.
You will be, for now.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Everyone, re-roll initiative. Well, actually, hold on. Aang, make a dex saving throw. Try again.
I'm trying. For some reason it got super slow trying to do everything. I don't know why.
Me neither.
There we go.
Alright, make an int saving throw as well.
Make a what saving throw?
Int? Intelligence? Alright, you get sucked in one space, pulled into the room. So, move your character as such.
Got it.
Alright, the door suddenly slams behind you. Just, not necessarily shackled, just you feel the air draw through. And as you're sitting there, you look up into the kind of the end of this room, and there you see a very, very interesting individual. You see this man sitting there. He emanates an aura of power somewhat. And as you enter here, the acolytes seem to have been kind of whispering into his ears. He takes one step forward, and suddenly the room goes silent. And he looks at all of you and says, "What are you doing here in my waters?"
Oh god, it is him. um,
Feel free to respond in any which order.
I really don't know.
we came after her. I don't know who
Don't
you are.
lie to me. You got a quarterstaff, mother liquor? It's in your hands, the little green man. And he's pointing at Aang as he says this.
Woke up here.
Endra's gonna compliment his fit. She's gonna tell him she thinks he looks really nice.
Thank you.
Anytime, pal.
Anything else? Anyone else have some things they're doing?
Why are we?
Or I'm just gonna stay silent, kind of just like looking
Okay.
curious.
Who are you?
I'm old Greg. Who are you?
I'm Aurora.
Hi, Aurora.
Hi. How do you know the acolyte next to you?
She's one of my friends. She comes to the good place. This is Greg's place.
Greg's place is the good place?
Greg's place is the good place.
Okay.
Do you like my place?
It's very nice. Can I do a little scan of the room? See if I perceive anything?
Roll perception.
Okay.
You notice that on each of the pillars there is just different kind of tapestries that, frankly, upon closer inspection, look more like goat skin that's been dried over time, used as parchment. Very normal procedure, Endra. And on them are just these very odd kind of watercolors. One here looks like a kind of metal red ball with some things popping up. Another one just looks like a odd shaped kind of glass with a bottle next to it. Nothing in particular, although the glass seems to be filled with some form of brown liquid. And in another one, there's just brown. It's like a puddle of just, it looks like brown water. And in one other, there is the picture of this person, Greg, with a seemingly human man. He's got kind of frizzled, curly hair. He's balding a little bit up here, wearing kind of a green jacket. He looks a little depressed, to be honest. Greg is ecstatic. And all of them are signed with a little kind of signature that says, "Oh, Greg."
Is this your artwork, Greg? As
Do you
I look
like-
at the pillars.
Do you like my watercolors? Greg moves immediately forward towards Aurora and pulls her over
God.
to this column here. And as he pulls it, he pulls down the tapestry, and it's the picture of old Greg and his friend. And he says, "Do you know this man?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen him?"
I don't believe I have. No.
You don't
Can I do
know
a history
Howard?
check?
You
Oh.
don't know Howard?
Can't say I do.
Well, Howard used to
Kind
be
of
in
been a
Greg's place.
But what happened to him?
Oh, he's still here. He's just not in here. He's somewhere around here, but he's not in Greg's place. This is
Okay.
Greg's place.
I see that with pretty watercolors. I'm just gonna kind of look at the others and see what they're making of this whole situation.
Andrea.
I'm gonna step back from Greg as well.
Make,
Andrea's gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, make a wisdom saving throw.
okay. Is he gonna attack me? Ugh. Oh, hold on.
You're able to move away from Greg.
Okay, cool. Whew.
Greg begins hanging his tapestry back up. he turns his attention over to Endra, and
Hey.
he moves over in front of her. Have you ever seen watercolors like this before?
Andra was already planning to approach Greg, and she's gonna say, "No, Greg, this is some of the most beautiful art I've ever seen. It's so nice to meet you." And she's gonna introduce herself using one of her many pseudonyms. This time, she's gonna be going by Nadine.
Nadine, that doesn't seem typical. What's your real name?
What? Wait, hold up.
Try performance.
I was just about to say that.
I know when I see him. I know that that's not your name. What is it, Mother Liquor?
Greg, for what it's worth, I have friends who do call me Nadine, but
Don't you lie to me.
that's not a lie. I swear to you, Greg. I do have friends who sometimes call me Nadine, but you seem friendly enough. My given name is Endra.
That's what I thought. What brought you here to my waters?
That is such a good question, Greg. I would like to know. I think my friends would like to know. We're a little bit confused about how we ended up here in Greg's place, a lovely place with beautiful artwork. Endra's being sincere, by the way. She doesn't say out loud she's being sincere. I am expressing on Endra's behalf to you that she is being sincere.
All right. So as you kind of say that, he just looks back. Hey, come here. And the acolyte comes running forward. She looks extraordinarily frightened. She does not look like she did outside. She seems to be extremely scared of Greg. And he turns to her and says, "What are they doing here in Greg's place?" And she says, "Well, they attacked us. They came out, and they were the ones that we had in the prison. In the prison.
Why were we in the prison?
Well, that's Howard's thing. Howard's the one that runs that."
Endra's gonna ask what Howard looks like.
Oh, you want to see Howard? Greg
Yeah.
flicks his fingers, and a man appears right next to him. This is Howard.
Okay, I have a question that is not. What? Hold on. What?
Greg snaps his fingers again, and Howard disappears.
You control all these people?
Aang is going to turn to Horchata and Aurora and say, "I'm in hell, aren't I? I'm dead."
Calm
No,
down.
angry. We're in Greg's place.
And
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Endra's gonna ask Greg, when you summoned that man just now, was he here, or were you just showing us who Howard is, what he looks like?
Oh, I'll bring him back. Greg snaps his fingers one more time, and Howard appears right next to him. Howard doesn't seem fazed by this. Again, he just looks extremely depressed.
So, but this is Howard.
Yes.
For real.
I am Howard.
Hi.
How did you all get out of your cells?
That.
Pretty weak. Why were we in cells?
Yeah, we'll answer your question with a question. I'm like, ask him again, angry.
Oh, yeah. Why? What is happening?
Howard's going to turn to Greg and says, "These are the ones that aren't supposed to be here. We're not supposed to let them leave." Oh. Greg starts kind of doing a weird little hobble-dobble. He's like bouncing around. Endra, roll perception.
Okay. No.
You just think he's doing a dance.
Okay. Endra's gonna compliment his dancing.
Thank you. Aurora, why don't you also roll perception since you're kind of in eyesight range?
I was gonna ask if I could.
Not
I'm watching this whole encounter.
You're not persuading anybody here.
Perception? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
They look the same. Oh god.
You also think this is just a wonderful dance. Horchata, why don't you give it a shot?
All right.
I'm giving some excessive abilities here. All right, Horchata. Let's see. Are you able to see roll 20?
I can see roll 20. Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay. Let's see.
like, so, and now, like, when you say, all right, like, I don't want to. Can I just, like, message you on Zoom real quick?
Just type in /W and then put DM, and it should pop up with my name on Roll20.
No space?
Yeah, you just do /W space DM. It should autofill it.
Got it. Okay.
You all are just witnessing Greg just doing this weird little dance. And you're a little bit farther in the back, so you're not quite able to see what is happening here. You just kind of see his shoulders kind of shaking back and forth. You can.
Okay. So, like, Horchata seeing this dance and, like, recognizing it and, like, noticing the tutu, Horchata begins to notice under the tutu, and he confirms his suspicions. He turns to, or, like, he just says out loud to the group, he has both parts.
Ah, you noticed my downstairs mix-up.
And they're wonderful, Greg.
Thank you.
Oh, Greg is dancing too with Howard?
Oh, no, Howard's not dancing.
Greg was
Okay,
always
yeah.
dancing.
Oh,
Can-
I thought Howard was dancing. Okay.
Can Horchata try to do the same dance?
Roll performance. We'll see
Rolling
what happens here,
performance.
because something interesting is about to happen.
Huh.
You try to mimic it, but unfortunately, without the tutu, it just doesn't quite work. Let's see.
And just seeing Horchata mimic the dance, thinking that's a great idea, Endra's going to continue kissing Howard's ass and ask if he can teach her the dance.
Well, Howard's not dancing. It's old Greg.
I'm sorry, old Greg. My bad.
And unfortunately, as Horchata says, he has both parts. Everybody make a intelligence save.
Oh no.
We're about to lose everything.
Ooh, Horchata isn't. Or Endra. So, Aang and Aurora, you both just become blasted with this like amazing light. You can't actually see anything. You're just it's almost like when the gods took you back. Like you just light into your face. Now, as Endra and Horchata, they kind of like, they cover their eyes a little bit, and they're able to see that as they're doing this, Greg has lifted his tutu up, and he says, "You like my downstairs mix-up? You ever seen it before? That's right. Old Greg's got a mangina. I got a mangina!" Make a con saving throw for Aurora and Aang.
Aurora is so confused during this whole thing.
As you should.
Oh,
Aang, you stay conscious. Aurora, you are unconscious.
I just pass out.
Yeah, you literally fall over. Endra
Oh, no.
and Horchata, you two have a decision here. You can either try and look, or you can fully shield your eyes.
This is a little bit disrespectful to intersex people.
This is a British comedy skit that is being played into our game. I think Victor knows it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the British seem hella.
This was also from like
Transphobic and intersex-phobic.
1998, but Old Greg is a thing.
That seems pretty standard
Yeah.
then. Okay.
It's not intended to offend anybody. I'm literally playing the skit out.
I believe you. I'm not accusing you personally of being insensitive. Andra's going to. Andra's gonna draw the hood of her cloak forward to shield her eyes from this blinding light.
Okay. Make.
And
Let's see. What roll would I like to do on this? Do a wisdom save. You sufficiently shield your eyes.
great.
Horchata, what are you doing?
Horchata is going to be, he is going to use his stare of 1,000 miles and look into the light.
All right. Make a intelligence throw. Just intelligence itself.
Just intelligence itself. Yes. So,
Just your normal intelligence one. It will give you the bonus
Okay,
and everything
okay.
for it. All right. I'm typing this to you.
Oh, okay.
Horchata is overcome with an instance of just knowledge. He's seen this before somehow. He knows what happens here. And he makes a decision.
What was it? / like W space DM?
Yep. Tell me what you want to do. Show me what you got, Horchata.
Chada looking deeply into the light. It's like we're communicating on another level here.
A quick aside, I did just Google image old Greg, and it has been pulled from the deepest recesses of my mind. I did see this on YouTube when I was like 11.
I'm old Greg.
Yeah,
Okay,
like I've seen it twice, but like years ago.
I've also been subject to old Greg, and I've suppressed the memory.
Thought I could bring this trauma back for all of you. All right. As Horchata just kind of stares directly into the light, suddenly it vanishes. Greg's tutu falling. Horchata is gone.
What? Sorry.
Nothing stands there. Not a shadow, not a glimpse, not dust. He is gone.
Okay. But he dropped his tutu now, right?
Greg did, yes.
Okay, can we see? Well, I guess just me. Everyone else is. Wait, Angry's like awake but blind, right?
No, he's not blind. He was
Not
able
blind.
to stay conscious.
Oh,
He was
okay.
just like, what the f...
But we can tell that it's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna lift my hood at this point
Okay.
and look up to Greg, and noticing that Horchata's gone, be like, "Hey, did you see where our friend went, old Greg?"
He went into Greg's place.
I thought this was Greg's place.
Greg has many places.
Okay.
Do you want to
You
see
are-
my place?
I'm still enjoying this place. There's a lot to see. I'd
got
like
all-
to keep.
We got all things that are good.
Awesome. How long have you had this place, Greg?
I've always had it. Have you ever drinking mead from a shoe?
Honestly, I have more than a few times.
You want to go to
I
a
lo-
bar where people pee on each other?
Endra begrudgingly admits that she's done this as well.
Are you sure you haven't been inside Greg's place before? Because that happens in Greg's place.
I think he's gonna walk up to old whatever his name is here and just kind of like shake him by the shoulders and just ask what is happening.
You never been to Greg's place before? You never seen what it's like to be here? He seems a little impressed by Aang for the fact that he didn't pass out when he showed him the light.
Is he not
Mhm.
impressed by Endra?
Does me shaking this guy get any response from him?
Endra moved her cloak. Angry just couldn't see anything, but he was looking.
Oh, it just
Um,
withstood it. Okay. Got it.
When you shake him, he says, "Don't you touch me like that."
I'm not shaking Greg. I'm shaking.
Howard?
Yeah.
Howard just kind of looks over to Greg. He doesn't say anything. Says it's Greg's place.
Okay. Endra's gonna, at this point, try to persuade Greg that there's been some kind of serious miscommunication here, because we woke up imprisoned and were repeatedly attacked without explanation, and that just doesn't seem to be aligned with what a lovely place this is and what a lovely person Greg seems to be.
Are you saying this to Howard or Greg?
to Greg.
Greg says, that's a good point that she has there, Howard. Why did you take them? And Howard, well, actually, let's see. Howard is frightened out of his mind. Again, similar to the Acolyte, he seems extremely scared of Greg. He turns to him and says, well, they was supposed to be locked up. We were told that they weren't supposed to make it over to Sudnal or Lockpick. They weren't supposed to leave the dungeon.
I'm gonna shake him harder. Like, who told you this, and why us?
Are you shaking Howard again?
Yeah.
Do a strength check. It looks like you kind of just rustle him a bit. He's so frightened of Greg in this moment. Like, you can see his focus is only on him. You almost all don't exist.
Am I
I'm
still
gonna-
passed out? Oh, sorry.
Make a con saving throw again.
Okay.
You nestle awake a little bit. You're not sure what the hell
Thank
hit you, but you're awake now.
Okay. Where'd Horchata go?
He went to the place that has the good things. Do you want to go to Greg's place?
I don't know. I thought we were in Greg's place.
You're in the house that is Greg's place, but Greg's place is a different place. It's a place where all things good are.
Okay.
Aang out of his complete delirious frustration is just gonna start undressing everything and just screaming, "Who am I? Why am I here? What is happening?"
Okay. Endra's gonna say to old Greg, once again using her most persuasive tone possible, that you can see that my friends are a little bit distressed, a little bit confused, and I have to admit that I am too. If it was you who told Howard to imprison us, the last thing I'd want to do would be to undermine your authority in your own home. But if it wasn't, and you are equally unaware of any such reason why we should be imprisoned here, I think my friends and I would like to at least figure out our whereabouts, get some food, some rest maybe, step outside for some sunshine and fresh air. Would that be okay with you, Greg?
Roll persuasion. That seems like a reasonable request. Howard, why can't they leave again? So at this point, you can either pressure Greg or you can pressure Howard. Which would you like to do? Endra, specifically.
Greg seems like he's being pretty accommodating already. I will pressure Howard.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Okay.
What do you say to him?
I wasn't really planning on being intimidating. I gotta work it up. All right, Ender is gonna try and strike a balance between intimidating and still pleasant. She doesn't want Greg to think that she's being combative. And she's gonna say to Howard, look, I understand that you might have been influenced by some higher authority to think that we were a threat to you somehow, but I assure you, my friends and I would never do anything to hurt you unless you should do something to hurt us, Howard.
Howard, did you want to hurt them? Howard looks over to Greg. I only did what you instructed me to do. I grabbed them and I put them in the chains. They were not supposed to leave. That's what you told me, Greg. Greg becomes a little irritated with this. Howard, they seem like nice people. Why would I tell you to do such a thing? And Howard says, I don't know. You won't let me leave. Greg flicks his fingers. Howard disappears. Except for this time, it's a little bit different than what happened to Horchata. There is just slight amounts of dust that come down from where Howard was. Nothing like when that acolyte singed the ever-living shit out of another guy. But dust. It seems different. And Greg turns to the acolyte. How come they're not in the cages then? Huh? How'd they get out? Acolyte turns to him. I don't know. I was playing poker, and we heard this just obscene noise out of the wall, out of nowhere, just banging. And when we came out, this green goblin pointing at Aang was there, and he was just making all this noise, and they slaughtered all of them. And I came in here because I thought you could save us. Greg could do such a thing. He snaps his fingers again. The acolyte literally turns into dust. Just a pile. Greg takes one step back. The acolyte just gone. And he says, your friends are to come to the good place. Are you sure you don't want to go? He says it to all three of you.
Okay. Endra is gonna say that she's gonna say to Greg that, like I said, this is a really nice place. I'm sure that all Greg's places are great, but it has been a while since I saw the sun or got some fresh air. So maybe you could let us do that first, and we'll come back, and you can show us your place if you'd still like to.
You want to see the light? Is that what you're saying?
Well, the sunshine. I was very impressed by your earlier demonstration, but
Greg is the light! He lifts his tutu again, and you are all blasted with light. Roll wisdom save.
Oh.
All right. Endra and Aang, you both are knocked unconscious.
okay. Endra
Aura,
feels relieved and unconscious, but relieved.
Aang is naked and dejected.
Do I get to know what's going on now?
yeah, I'm messaging it to you. It'll be on roll 20.
Okay, yay! Get to enter the club. Aurora was ready for round 2. She was knocked
Yeah.
out at the first half, but
You can whisper me your response. Brandon, what is even happening? This wasn't part of his original story.
okay. What happens if I wait? How do I whisper you? Sorry.
/W space DM.
Forward / W.
Yep, and then if you space
Oh, got it.
DM, it should autofill.
Okay.
Tell me what you want to do. No.
Okay.
God damn it, Victor, get out of the chair. All right. Seeming as neither of you are conscious, you don't even know.
Okay.
You don't even know. But both of you roll con saves. Angry, you come to. And as you are awake, you notice your companion, the horsewoman, is not near you. You just see Endra passed out next to you. Again, Greg is just kind of sitting there doing this weird little jaunt. His tutu ever so slightly dancing within the motion.
Aang has no emotion left. He's not angry or anything. He's naked and standing there looking at him and asking him, why am I here?
Why is anyone here? You want a drink?
Who am I?
Who am I?
I'm just going to go over here for a bit. And he's just going to kind of put his head in the corner and think.
Don't you look away from me, mother licker! Greg snaps his fingers and you appear directly in front of him.
He's going to keep just
You
trying to
can't
go.
move. You're like in a mind box barrier. Have you seen Greg's downstairs mix-up?
Once or twice.
Ah! Greg just throws his tutu up. Make a wisdom save. You don't know what I got? You don't know what I seen? Alright, Aang, you barely make it, and you transport. Endra, roll con. Alright. Roll a d20. You're either going to start having some death throws, or wait, I will roll your d20, because that's how I was going to do it.
Thanks.
Alright. You survive that one.
Okay.
Don't survive that one. Don't survive that one. Survive that one. Lucky. You become conscious again.
Okay.
Suddenly, Greg's aura just impacts the entire room. You feel heavy. Like no weight has ever filled you down like this before. And Greg, he beckons you to him. He says, "Coming out." And as he pulls that finger backwards, you just gracefully skid across the floor towards him. You haven't even stood up yet. And Greg just lifts his fingers. "Let me see ya." And as he does that, you come jutting up to his face. Now, Greg is like 8 feet tall. So, like, he sees you. And he looks to you.
Endra's hooves are kicking, by the way.
You're not being choked or anything.
No,
You're
I know.
covered.
She's just panicked, and that's what she would do. She would flounder her hooves.
He puts his hand to the side of your head. "Don't you worry there, little goat woman. You were nice to me. Greg would have never hurt you. Greg wouldn't hurt you like you did to Howard." Roll wisdom save one more time.
Okay.
You seem like a good person. I don't want to do you any harm. I'll tell you what, I don't know why Howard put you here, but I'll send you where your friends are. And he flicks his fingers back. You go flying back 10 feet, still floating. And he lifts his tutu. And suddenly you are encompassed with light. All four of you are in this area, not this room, mind you. This was where you were. And you're suddenly transported to the exit of the dungeon. You can choose to leave now, or you can investigate further. What would you like to do?
Horchata would love to leave. Go through that again.
Okay. Endra's very relieved to be here with everyone else. She's gonna say, I feel like I got to know Greg as well as any of us could have in our brief time with him, and no way is any further investigating can make this situation clear. We should probably get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got lucky for not getting turned into dust. I'm still curious, but I really don't want to encounter Greg again or
What
his
about you,
downstairs
Hunter?
mix-up.
Yeah, Aang is just standing there naked and wide-eyed and just, kind of just nods.
Horchata
His clothes?
hands over like a rag to Angry.
A loincloth.
All right. So this will be the telltale of what happens here. You notice that the door in front of you is locked. You seemingly do not have the key. If you've ever played Skyrim, you know you have one attempt to try and unlock this. Who would like to attempt?
Who has the skill for it? Like, what's the skill?
It
I'm
would
just
be
gonna point
sleight
at
of
Endra.
hand.
Sleight of hand.
Endra's up. Is just gonna keep on keeping on.
Does Endra have thieves' tools?
She does.
Okay, roll with advantage. So as you're jiggling it, kind of getting one of it in, you can feel it slip into the lock. You feel the click. You pull back. You continue doing this. The lock disintegrates in front of you, and all you hear from a distance is the shout of, "Come on, Greg!" Do you want to open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone roll sleight of hand. Okay. Indra, you're able to open the door, not noticing anything that is wrong there, and from it, just bright light streams inside. Not like Greg's light, but just like daylight. Daylight streams into your face. What do you
Okay.
do?
Just step into this environment from which the daylight is streaming.
All right, as you step outside. Does anyone want to follow her?
Oh yeah.
Shada follows very quickly.
He's just kind of stumbling out.
All right. So everyone makes their way out, just kind of, whoa. You're really just like kind of like climbing up through this, coming out of a dungeon of sorts. It seems like you're very confused. You're not sure how any of you got here. Aang, you as well. And as you kind of continue forward, you enter into an area that kind of looks above the entirety of a large forest. And through that forest, you see a city in the distance. It looks somewhat familiar, but you're not sure why. And as you continue walking, you all can decide, do you want to move towards that city?
Endra wants to go anywhere where she thinks she might be able to get a goddamn drink, and a city seems like her best bet.
Yeah, I definitely need a shower. So maybe there's an inn at the city.
Yeah, like the city sounds a lot better than any kind of dungeon. Always.
Okay. So as you make your jaunt over then to the lovely city, you enter it and you notice that it is quite in fact just the good old city of Lopic. It seems familiar to you all. You're not quite sure why though. But it seems like there's a reason that this is here. As you get in there, you notice, it's like a typical town. There's inns, some bars, a few shops here and there. Nothing that sticks out as particularly insane or amazing. But it seems interesting. It sounded like a few of you wanted to go and take a shower, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit up the inn. Get some food.
Okay.
So is
Shower.
Endra.
The Aang is up for just drinking.
Just
Shada will
gonna
join
go
him
first.
for a drink. Like, can you guys see the map? Like, are we there yet, or are we?
You cannot see the map yet.
There's a map,
Okay.
or I still have a map. I don't think they have a map.
Endra's gonna
everyone
drink
should
with the
have
homies
said map.
also.
Okay.
By the way.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you all see the map? It should be in there somewhere.
Maybe
Go to top right and click the thing that looks like newspaper.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh,
Okay.
Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that is the lovely city of Lopic. You're there. It seems again familiar to some of you. For me, it is seemingly having a hell of a hard time loading. There we go. So as you look at it, again, you become familiar with the area. As you continue walking in through the main gate, you all came in through the south gate. So at where number 4 is. So you come in, a small herald says, "Hello, welcome to Lopic. Here's a map," and he hands you all said map. He says, "If you need anything, you know where to find us. We have multiple gates all over the place. You have, Avalon's Gate, Archer's Gate, the West Road, the High Quarter, all these things. We have the Castle Udak here. We have bakeries, we have familiars, we have wizards. Anything that you may need, you can find in Lockpick." And then he just scampers off, almost like a rat child. And you're very confused. And you're like, "Oh, all right." And all of you look at the map. So, Horchata, having been the first instance out of Greg's place, what would you like to do first?
Being that he is a fan of Wang Chung, he sees on the map 17 and immediately wants to take me in tonight. And it just kind of
Okay.
is just heading that way, kind of like humming to himself
Alright.
with map in hand.
Horchata reaches that very quickly. We'll come back to that. Brandon made the good point. Was the small child old Greg Jr.? He was not. But he could have been. All right. Endra, having been the favorite of Greg, what do you want to do?
Endra's gonna follow Horchata.
You're going to take me in?
Take me in tonight. Yep.
Okay. You continue heading over that way. Aurora, having woken up before Angry, what would you like to do next?
Yeah, I don't know how I could resist a place called Take Me In Tonight, and I could definitely use a hard whiskey
All right.
after that encounter. So I'm gonna follow the two.
The centaur did not want to go to Hoof and Hay. That's okay. All
Okay.
right.
There's a Hoof and Hay?
There he is.
Neighborhood stable.
We have time.
Neighborhood.
Wait, what is Hoof and Hay?
Stable.
Oh, okay. So there's two stables?
It'd be very, yeah. We have one at the southeast gate and
Hmm.
one at the northwest. Lockpick is a pretty populated and dense city. But you've already decided as a centaur you're going to go hang out and take me in tonight.
Yes,
Angry.
of course.
Oh, angry. He's just stumbling along in his rag, following the group to take me in tonight.
Roll stealth. None of the guards take notice of your naked body. In fact, everyone seems to just ignore it. They're pretending
Makes
it
sense.
doesn't exist. All right, so you all make it there. What would you like to do?
Like Horchata wants to turn to the group and say, actually, it's not like Wang Chung, it's Eddie Money. My apologies. And then heads to the bar.
Aang says what?
Don't worry about it, Angry. Come on, come to the bar. Like, I'll tell you all about it.
Okay. So you all go to the bar. Is everyone eating? Is everyone staying the night there?
Endra's gonna ask for a tomato sandwich as per usual, and some mead, preferably 2 shoes of it, if they've got them.
Wouldn't you just be in fancy? We have 2 shoes indeed. We, in fact, we didn't know this. We're the ones that made the boot famous. And he pulls 2 glass boots out of nowhere. More like kind of half-heeled boots. So there's a small drip there that the beer or the mead falls into. Then it goes up about another 6 inches, going all the way through. You can see all the liquid splashing in. The mead is a dark, dark gold. You don't particularly see any fermentation happening anymore, but it does have a little bit of froth at the top. You think it's been stored pretty well. And he hands both of these to you.
Endra is impressed, and she makes it known and starts drinking out of both at the same time.
The bartender is also similarly impressed, and he slowly hands over a sandwich, just 2 pieces of wheat bread, and inside of it is just encapsulated the most lush and just plump tomatoes, sliced perfectly, just the way that you liked it somehow. And he just puts that over to you to eat.
This practically brings tears to Endra's eyes. It reminds her of her mother. And it's pretty much her mission in life to find a tomato sandwich of this caliber.
The bartender is extraordinarily pleased by seemingly the emotional and viscerous reaction that you have to his food and mead. He looks over to the rest of your companions. Is there anything for you all?
How much is a barrel
A barrel of our mead.
of anything?
Well, we have mead. We have some distilled beer. We also have a barrel of whiskey.
How
That's
much for a barrel of beer?
That will cost you about 5 gold pieces.
Okay, do you have a straw?
What is a straw?
Do you have a... Is it tap? How can I drink it from the barrel?
We have a hole that's punctured in there that you could take out the wooden stopper for if you would so wish.
That works.
Sure. Seemingly this kind of lithe man, he's about 6 feet tall, but he looks maybe about 140 pounds, just bends over and lifts on top of the bar an entire full barrel of beer. And in that, he shows you where the little wooden stopper is, and he says, you just pull from there and you can drink.
Yeah, that's what Aang's gonna do. He's just gonna like put his mouth next to it, pull it,
Okay.
drink. And,
So you're kind of Slurpee machining it, just like, oh.
yeah, it's all going down.
All right. How long are you
Not
gonna do
all
that?
at once. It's not all at once. It's just consistently.
Okay. We'll come back to you. Horchata, what are you doing here in this lovely inn?
So like Horchata wants to like look around at the like around the bar, see who's all in there, like besides his
Okay.
his group.
Make a perception throw.
Okay.
You notice that it seems to be filled with just your typical tavern folk. It seems to be a smattering of the different races. You see some humans, some elves, half elves, a few orcs here and there. Seemingly, there's quite friendly folk of your kind, the Ganassi, and it just seems like a nice place overall. Nothing seems wrong.
All right, lovely. Horchata will order himself one of the beers and a pint, and then ask about a room.
All right, the bartender pulls up to you a particularly scrumptious-looking pint of beer. This one not in a shoe. It's in a nice funneled glass. It looks like it's been chilled somehow. You're not quite sure. There's not ice in these parts, and you know this because you're a flame wizard. As you inquire to the room, the man says, "Is it simply for you or your companions as well?"
I turn to my companions and ask them if they want their own rooms.
Preferably.
Andrew's gonna
Yes,
ask how much
please.
a single room costs here while they're at it.
Well, you know, we are the finest in the land. It is a golden night here.
Between gulps, Aang's just wait. Nothing matters. Whatever. I don't know. And go
Andrew,
back to gulping.
Andrew privately smirks, knowing that she is just like filthy rich, and says she'll take her own room too.
Okay. So it seems like everyone is taking their own. So he gathers 4 gold from all of you. Angry, make a con save throw. A 24. You are not even buzzed as of yet. Seemingly, you are just downing that beer as if it was the elixir of life, almost as if it was just water. Everyone else can smell very distinctly that you are drenched in beer. Not all of it has hit your mouth.
Oh, I wouldn't expect it to.
Aurora, having secured your own residence for the night, is there anything that you would like from the bartend?
Yes, Aurora's just gonna kind of slump down at the bar and ask the bartender if he's ever heard of the cocktail Port and Starboard. If he's familiar with that cocktail.
Why, yes, I am. Are you a sailor?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm gonna nonchalantly bring up the fact that I'm a captain of a fine vessel.
What vessel
In
are you a captain of?
The SS Lady Luck, Part 2, 2nd edition. I won't talk about the first.
0.2, 0.0.
Interesting. I haven't heard of that. I've heard of the Lady Luck, but you seem well enough. And he's grabbing some kind of grenadine, a little bit of some white creme, and he kind of just starts mixing it together in a shot glass. You notice that it's perfectly layered with a very clear bottom, some red in the middle with that grenadine, and then topped with a green liquid. And he sort of just slides it over to you and gives a subtle wink.
Ah, a fine bartender. This is a magnificent drink, and I'm gonna kind of tip him an extra gold piece. Kind of
Oh.
flick it at him.
He catches it into his pocket and subtly turns around, and you see him kind of do this. Not sure what he was doing, but it seems like he might be drinking on the job.
Wait, who is this guy? Can I do a perception check of this guy? Aurora's with Endra.
You can do an insight check.
Okay. Well, I could just. Aurora's kind of curious what he looks like.
He seems like any bartend, but particularly skilled. He seemingly knows exactly what it is that anyone in this bar could want. In fact, he seems to know all the regulars. He might be a very popular man. You're not sure.
Does he resemble a certain actor from a certain 90s movie, 80s movie?
No.
Can't remember what year that was.
No, he's a very... He looks like he could almost be a half-elf. You can see there's some age into his face, but he looks mainly human. You can see a slight point into his ears with his long, dirty blonde hair. Again, he's about 6 feet tall, very skinny, about 140 pounds, give or take. But he has a very defined jaw. It's very clean-shaven. And he has violet eyes, kind of purple in the pupil. He looks different than those around him, but seemingly
What's his name?
in place.
Rhaegar?
His name?
No.
No.
Rhaegar was
Name
220.
Bomb Trues? Com Trues?
His
I'm
name is
trying to
not
think of
Baum
it.
Cruiser. None of you have asked his name, and you are full of beer currently.
Endra's only full of 2 shoes full of mead, and as everyone knows, she's a habitual drinker. She can more than handle it. So she will be asking the bartender's name
Okay.
and introducing herself as Nadine.
As he notices your shoes empty, he looks to you and says, "Madame, would you enjoy a refill of the shoes, or would a new drink be what you would like instead?"
Endra feeling only slightly buzzed and starting to get like a little bit suspicious because of the suspicious music that's been playing this whole time. And because of this suspiciously good bartending from the suspiciously like charismatic, attractive man. Endra's gonna say, "No thanks."
Okay. Would anyone else like a drink real quick? And he kind of moseys about the bar, moving out from the actual backland. And he fills a few different people's pints in there. He delivers a few items of food for those that are not sitting directly at the bar as you four are. And he comes back and just kind of wipes down real quick, taking away any garnishes, any of the spills. Places a few glasses into what seems to be a wooden basin that's filled with some sudsy water. And as he does so, he just kind of, drips them out a little bit and starts drying one with his hands with a little bit of a towel, awaiting any orders that may come in.
Can Horchata do a detect thoughts?
Sure.
Okay.
Did he just really rudely ignore me when I introduced myself and asked his name? He just thought he was charming enough to get away with that? Okay.
I thought you were just saying your inner thoughts. I didn't know that you asked his name.
No, I did. Yeah, I said I was going to ask his name and introduce myself as Nadine.
Oh, well, why don't you give me the detail of how you introduce yourself as Nadine and ask his name versus just stating what is done?
I'm just going to tell him that we just got into town. Me and my friends just got into town. It's a beautiful city. It's nice to meet you. I'm Nadine. What's your name?
Oh, hello, Madam Nadine. My name is William.
Endra is immediately flustered because of her
Aurora
old
is listening
flame,
to this
William.
He seemingly is unfazed. Like, his name is his name. He is not even sure of anything.
Endra, because she is an excellent performer and liar, keeps her embarrassment under wraps. It's obviously a different William. And she says, "Wow, what a lovely name. Are you from here, William?"
No, I come from different parts, but, I've been here a while. It's been some time. I come from a farther away land.
Tell us more. You seem like a really interesting fellow, William.
I am a barkeep. I've always been a barkeep.
Even in faraway lands?
Yes, especially in faraway lands. It's where
Okay.
I began. I've been tending bar for over 80 years.
Over 80.
Yeah, it's just it's what I love. Yes, I've taught others. I teach on the weekend, but I like to make these amazing drinks that just are worthy of any contemporary drinker. Though we have those that like beer, I'm more of a mixed drinks myself. And he looks over to Aurora, kind of tipping.
Just gonna cheers to that.
Yeah, he tips it, and he kind of does another little spin. You see him put his head back, and he turns back around. And he says, "But yes, my name is William Schmidt, and I am just a barkeep."
Okay, I'm really sorry. I have to do an aside here as myself and not Endra, but I had a history teacher named William Schmidt in high school who got fired for having a relationship with a senior on the softball team.
That is not I!
It's funny, I had sort of a scandal, but like we had our government teacher, there was questionable things going on, so maybe there's just a theme with like history and government teachers in my high school.
Jesus.
Anyway, okay, the different William Schmidt. That's an IRL William Schmidt. You can Google him if you want, but there's probably lots in the world, and I bet a lot of them are creeps. Anyway, back to business. Andrew's gonna compliment William on she thinks it's great that he has been able to follow his passion for almost a century now. It explains his immense skill.
Would you like something else to drink, ma'am?
That is really thoughtful of you, William, but I really need to be getting some rest. Me and my friends have had a pretty intense day.
Yeah, so
How much do I owe you?
Bulk,
Go ahead, Bulk.
Bulk has been like sitting like next to her without like his mouth like this, just like kind of watching this whole thing.
When
happen.
did Bulk get here?
Bulk's been
Not Bulk.
chugging.
Aang.
Oh, sorry, Aang. Damn it.
Aang has been sitting there just kind of like with his mouth like just kind of watching this whole thing happening.
Make another con save real quick.
Did it go?
You feel slightly buzzed at this point. Kind of going over into the area of potentially being drunk, but you're feeling good.
He pauses to say, huh, shit. Sounds like shit. Schmidt sounds like shit. And then he goes back to drinking.
William gives a slight smirk and chuckle.
Aurora, she's kind of been, eyeing William and listening to the conversation that William is having with Endra. She's starting to feel her port and starboard, and she kind of beckons William over and says that you're a man of cocktails. You make a fine port and starboard. You seem familiar with the cocktails of sailors. Have you heard of the Sex with the Captain?
Sex with the Captain?
Familiar with that drink? Are you
Are
familiar with that cocktail? It's a cocktail, Sex with the Captain. She's gonna kind of like whisper in. It's Captain Morgan rum, peach schnapps.
Who is Captain Morgan? He looks to you and says, "Well, there's two variations of this. We do have the one with the peach schnapps, but we can use maybe." He kind of like starts fumbling through some of the things that he has, and you can't really see what he's looking at, but seemingly, some mixed drinks. We have a normal amaretto, and he holds it up. You can see a bottle that's brown, and then he holds up another bottle. And he says, "We also have kind of a lime amaretto, so you can really go two ways on this one." And he kind of looks around the bar, and he's like, "I don't have any strawberries, though. They're not in season. Perhaps I could interest you in a pleasant surprise?" And he looks at you with a little twinkle in his eye.
Pleasant surprise sounds wonderful, William.
Bulk's raising his eyebrows.
Just create your own drink. Bulkus?
Oh, not Bulk. Sorry, Aang. Bulk's easier to say. Aang is like raising his eyebrows and like, that's this.
As William hears that it's okay to make this, he peels a lemon, getting about an inch and a half of a peel. You can smell the citrus in the air. He gathers a small little bowl of sugar, puts it to the side, and you see him start pouring a few various liquids. One, you know what, Aurora, roll perception real quick. Ah, your alcoholic tendencies have come to serve you. As he pours the first one, you smell a very characteristic cognac. And as he pulls in the other one, you smell sherry come into the air. And finally, he pours what looks to be, it's like a very aged kind of barrel, very small. And he kind of just does a little bloop, and you can smell a very distinct grape, almost wine, but not quite, just fermented. Uh, he adds in a little bit of that sugar, and he then starts pouring in some seltzer. As he does so, he gently conditions it with a little bit of nutmeg, and it's all in this nice little old-fashioned type of glass. And he gently pulls the lemon peel across the lip of it, and then places it inside of the drink, and he hands it over to you. Again, there is ice in this drink, and for some reason, that seems odd to both you and Horchata.
Would Endra also have noticed the ice? Like, would she not know that?
You would not, because
Because
a fire
I'm a
wizard would.
dumb
and,
idiot.
Well, you're not a pirate who sails the seven seas and knows where ice is, nor are you a wizard who is familiar with the kind of intricate design of the world and how this is not a climate where you would readily have ice available.
Okay.
Yes, with that being said, Horchata asks William, how did you guys obtain these ice cubes?
Oh, that is great that you asked that. I am also a wizard.
Aurora gasps.
Dun, 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 dun,
I knew I could sense magic within you.
There's something peculiar about you, William. What kind of wizard are you?
Peculiar indeed.
Just standard. I've learned to imbue cocktails with a special finesse, and over time I've mastered a few different things, such as a little bit of ice wizardry, because in hot lands like Sudnal, it's not that easy to come by ice, and it's much easier to make fresh water into ice than it is to hawk ice all the way across a continent, and that's why we keep our prices so low. That drink that your friend has, pointing over to Aurora, typically would cost about 10 gold here because of the ice. Here, it is 1.
Horchata is like looking out in like a different direction, and then he turns to William as if they were like attending a space opera out in like an interstellar space, and he asks him, is it possible to obtain this power?
I suppose I could teach it to you. You seem like a wizard yourself, but are you not a fire ganassi, sir?
I am, but are you saying that I know how to do this? Horchata kind of like looks at himself. He might be a little drunk.
Did Horchata even get a drink?
Horchata got, some beer.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He lifts his amicus pint. Thank you, Hunter.
As he kind of looks at you, he, again, he gives you a once-over, kind of thinking, is this something that I could teach this man? And as he continues looking at you, he's contemplating what he knows of magic and what he believes that you may know. And as he kind of sits there, kind of thumbing his face, running his finger across his jaw, his eyebrows arch, and he says, I think there may be something I could teach you. I'm not quite sure if it's the right spell, but it's the only thing that would make sense here for you to use.
Horchata shrugs and goes, hit me with your best shot.
Okay. And how much time do you want to spend?
And this is the time, like, I'm just like learning from William.
Mm-hmm.
As long as William needs. I don't know, what is that, 5 minutes?
Be a bit longer than that.
Like an hour?
Be a bit longer than that. You're learning
10.
a counter element spell. You're a fire
Okay.
ganassi. Ice is not your shit.
Oh no, please, if you have.
while you contemplate that, the other folks in the team, you're going to be able to decide what you would like to do with the rest of your evening. It is currently 10 bells in the evening. It's quite late.
Can I also join in on this training with Victor and William? I'm I have the goddess of air. That's kind of like water, no?
Yeah. Water.
Oh, I can control water. I actually have a spell to control water. So why couldn't I
That lets
freeze
you
it?
freeze it also. I think it does let you freeze it.
Oh, so I already can. Oh, can I perform it then to impress William?
You're going to perform a spell in the middle of the bar to impress William.
Yes, of course.
What is
Yeah,
the
actually, I
spell?
can make a whole ice storm. Just
You're
control.
going to cast ice
No.
storm inside the
No.
bar.
No.
Everyone hold on to something.
Oh, watch this! All this rock hard ice just pounding the ground.
No, I can control water. I don't know if it's just specific things or if I can also freeze it.
Holy shit, that is a long description.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry about that. Redirect flow, part water.
I will say that
Flood.
you can move the water around wherever you want. It doesn't look like you can freeze it on command, but you could just make a fucking whirlpool out of anywhere, evidently. So,
Okay.
are you going to do some control water?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask William if he could procure a glass of water because I have a magic trick for him.
He pulls up an empty glass and just kind of waves his hand over it, and water just from the bottom just spouses up. It looks very clear. And he hands it to you.
Perfect. I'm going to do a little flick of the wrist and part the water. And it's
In
gonna
the
like
cup?
part. Yes. So it's gonna kind of come up the sides and there's like a hole in the middle.
As you part the water, a little bit spills over. It was quite full as he handed it to you, but there is a perfect area where just no water touches, not even a molecule. William gives a subtle nod of, good control.
It's not the. Never mind.
I swear to God, Jesse, if you were about to say part the waters or something, you're a
No.
bad person.
I was gonna say it's not the only thing I can control.
Oh
I'm just
my
gonna wink
God.
at William.
Is Aurora... You know what? Let's roll a d20 here. Let's see what William pulls up from this. William is aware of the wink and noticeably intrigued. So he just kind of goes... And he quickly... You see a little bit of blush come up into his cheeks. And he turns over to Aang and Endra and just says, is there anything else that I can do for you for the evening?
Can I get this barrel chilled? And also, can you tell me who I am and if I'm dead or not?
He kind of waves his hand upon the barrel, and you see a little bit of ice form at the top, not chilling necessarily the liquid itself, but more so the space that it occupies. You notice your hand as it's on the barrel. It gets a little bit colder. Seemingly this ice will last a while. And he looks to you and says, I know not who you are, nor if you're dead. I would assume you're alive, drinking my beer after all. Are you okay?
Obviously not.
Right. He kind of pushes a plate of some chicken, some grilled chicken, and some bread and some crackers towards you. Just thinking, he needs to eat some food. That's a lot of beer. And he turns to Endra.
What?
Is there anything I can do for you for the rest of the evening?
No thanks, William, but you shouldn't downplay what an interesting person you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. Endra's still very suspicious, but she's gonna tip him one gold piece and be on her way. She's gonna go up to her room.
He gives a happy nod, and he kind of cleans up Endra's area. And he just, puts away the dishes real quick, looking to Horchata. He says, so are you retiring for the night as well?
Horchata gives a nod and goes, yes, I will be retiring for the night. Thank you so much, William.
Okay. He imparts to you that in the morning he will teach you a spell of the ice people.
Horchata says, I await your teachings.
Hey, are you still heavily drinking or have you stopped?
Is the barrel empty?
It's about maybe 25% full at this point. You're getting a lot of froth.
Still going for it then.
Okay, as you end the barrel, make a con save. No, you are already buzzed.
Yeah. He's having an existential crisis there.
You vomit all over the entirety of the bar. A lot of beer comes up. Your gut is extraordinarily swollen. No, the liquid should not have been able to fit into you. The fact that it did is very confusing to not just William, but literally everybody in the bar. You seem to have gotten the size of a large giant. Like, your stomach is massive. You continue throwing up. Make another con save. You're able to remain conscious, but you're going to have to go to bed. William has cut you off.
Wizard, can you clean this up? You got the magic in
He
you.
snaps his fingers and the beer seemingly vanishes, but there's a very distinct smell coming from the barrel's opening.
It's good. Is there anyone left in the area?
I mean, there's other bar patrons about. Aurora is still there drinking Sex with the Captain currently. Or, sorry, no, Pleasant Surprise. But Endra and Victor, or sorry, Horchata have retired for the evening, and you have puked everywhere.
Well, the pew's cleaned up now. Is there anyone there that looks especially intelligent to me?
The highest intelligent individuals in the room seem to be Aurora and William.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the street, but I gotta find a guy.
Okay. So you're just walking out to the street drunk?
Yep.
All right. We'll come back to that one. Oh God, this isn't gonna be like last time, is it?
No, it's different.
Okay.
What's gonna happen?
There is an interesting side story that came from a drunk monk at some point. All right, so William, having cleaned it up, he turns over to the last patron at the bar, specifically the bar itself, and says, "Is there anything else I can get you, Captain Aurora?"
Nope. I think that will do. It's time for rest. It's been a long day. But I appreciate these fine drinks, and it's great knowing a bartender knows how to perfectly make these cocktails of the sea. I will be back, and I'm gonna bring place a couple of golds on the counter, and then saunter off to my room.
William says, "Come back anytime now," and he places the gold into his pockets.
I'm gonna kind of while I'm leaving, swish my tail.
You know what? Let's see. Let's roll a d20.
Kind of
Oh. William notices.
those Clydesdale horses. They're like Gaunter or whatever it's called when they're doing the performance ring. Yeah, that's.
William is very perceptive of it. Seemingly, he stares lastingly at the entryway where you have gone to. He ponders. Aang, I don't even know what throw to have you do at this point.
Well, I'm gonna decide something.
Where are you going in the city?
That's what I'm going to decide.
Okay, so you are currently outside of Take Me In tonight.
What did I roll?
You rolled
15?
a 15. Are you heading
What's
towards the pointy end?
Is that 15 on the map? I'm trying
It
to find
is.
it right now. I'm going to the pointy end then.
All right, you begin sauntering through one of the main roads, just kind of holding yourself up against the lovely little buildings there are.
Yeah.
It's
The whole time I'm just muttering who am I? Where am I?
Make an acrobatics check.
this should go pretty well. Or not.
You begin stumbling, and again, you're having a very hard time staying upright. You make it to the center of Lot Pit. You can tell it's the center because there's no buildings around you. There's just a well in the middle with a kind of nice fountain. There are 15 guards, all stationed at various entrances of the main roads here. They're just kind of chatting. They haven't taken notice of you as of yet.
I'll be, oh, shit. I'm gonna try stealth.
Roll stealth with disadvantage.
Roll twice. There's one. Try and roll the next one.
I believe in you.
Please. There we go.
Unfortunately, you take the worst of the two rolls. You stumble and, again, vomit on the ground. It's very noisy. All of the guards turn simultaneously. Hey, you get back to your fucking place. You can't be doing that around here. And they start kind of pushing you back towards the direction you came.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out who I am.
You still don't know who you are.
No, what's 7 on this map?
7 is the castle.
And there's the castle.
All right, make a strength throw with disadvantage. You're gonna have to shove past.
Oh, I don't want
guards.
to shove at all. I'm not shoving. I'm just.
You're drunkenly walking, thus shoving, and you're heading towards the castle. There's only one way, and that's up the main road.
Oh, I don't want to shove him at all. It's not like he's not in an angry state at all.
As you kind of turn towards that direction, a little bit of a lazy eye, you're like, and you just kind of like turn back around and start walking from where you came, largely following the trail of the smell of alcohol.
What's the closest thing towards me right now? Like around me right now?
It's the inn. You'd have to walk a distance, but the inn is the closest with the entrances that you came from. There's not a whole lot in the southeast portion of the city. It's largely confined to the eastern and northern parts.
Okay, take me into 9. That's 11.
That's 17.
Oh, take me into 9. 17.
11 is Wizards of the Plains. And you'd have to push through some people to get to there. And they are most certainly closed, as it is 12 bells.
I hear a din from the stables. I'm gonna walk that direction.
You can hear that far?
I got good hearing. I got big ears.
Roll perception. You think that there is more than just one horse and take me in tonight. You stumble
What?
back into the bar, assuming that that's where the
I don't
sound
want to go to
came
the
from.
bar.
That's unfortunate. You made it
I-
back.
Okay, well I turn around once I get in. It's like, oh, I've been here.
Make
This
an
is the one I
intelligence
want.
saving throw. Master Angry, you need rest. William snaps his fingers, and you just fall into a lovely bed, extremely soft. It smells pleasantly of cinnamon in the room, and the lights are very dim, and you feel extraordinarily comfortable having arrived there.
The last words are, how do you know my name?
William's not in that room, so.
Oh, well that's his last words.
All right, is anyone doing anything whilst they're in their rooms, or is everyone sleeping? Aang, you are sleeping. You're
Oh yeah,
drunk.
Aang's.
I'm pretty sure Horchata's sleeping.
Okay.
Endra stowed her fancy purple backpack in a secret hiding spot that only she was aware of, and then went to bed.
Okay.
But she obviously still has a couple weapons on her person, just in case.
All right. And how about you, Aurora?
Yeah, Aurora took as good of a shower as she can in a human shower. I forgot that, the horse, she probably doesn't really fit in it.
It seems William allowed you the master suite of the inn, and there was an extraordinarily large shower. Some would call it almost a rain shower. It seemed to be able to cover a wide swath of area, and the water was very hot, which, again, odd for this location.
Also, you can control water. You have that ability.
She can.
We discussed this.
Just control it to fall directly. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just Aurora shaking her hand in front of her.
Somehow I'm able to take a nice shower and then I go to sleep.
All right.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Just a logistics question. Do I have to remove a 4th level slot because I used control water?
No, because you're going to be going to sleep.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, you all sleep peacefully through the night. In fact, it feels like one of the best rests that you've ever had. Nary a sound entered the rooms. It was the perfect temperature for each of you. And even Aang, you wake feeling extremely rested, not even hungover at all. And before each of you, there lies just a single pitcher of water, a small wooden cup, and a note written in very beautiful calligraphy of, "Thank you for staying at Take Me In tonight. Please enjoy our mineral water and allow us to serve you breakfast as you wish." And it is signed W.S.
Will Smith.
Are we healed up?
All of you are healed. Any spell or key points that were expended are restored.
Sweet.
Victor, you have learned the spell Ice Knife.
Ice Knife.
It becomes imparted to you throughout the evening. And yeah. Seemingly nothing bad has happened. In fact, it was a great evening for most of you. Endra, roll. You know what? What do I want you to roll? Roll insight real quick. You weren't particularly disturbed, but you had very troubling dreams of a certain William in your past throughout the night. You still feel rested, but not
Wait,
happy.
the dreams were about my past William or the new William?
Your William.
Endra's very concerned about that.
Seemingly just the mention of the name brought you into a not so great area.
She misses William. Okay.
That's all.
Does not trust him though. She doesn't trust this William or any other William. They're all
Can't trust a
suspicious
Bill.
freaks. Anyway, she's gonna retrieve her purple backpack and also shower because she didn't do that last night. So she's a stinky goat.
All right. You notice again that the shower is adequate. It has all the bells and whistles that you would expect from a fine inn, and the water again seems to be just the perfect temperature for what you were hoping.
And just even more suspicious than before, but she shampoos her hair, her haunches, polishes up that chip in her hoof.
All right. All the tools are in place there. It seems that William has catered to every need that you could have had.
Okay. Andrew redresses, gets her backpack, and she's gonna sit privately for a while, thinking.
Okay. Does anyone get up to get breakfast, having read their notes?
No, Aang is currently writing down scenarios that might be happening to him right now on his note.
Aang can write?
Aang can write.
Okay.
He's a monk.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Horchata.
Horchata is having breakfast and practicing Ice Knife on a adjacent wall.
Okay. It seems that a large few different pieces of wood have been left up for you to seemingly just throw those at. Before you is just a delicious looking plate of some scrambled eggs, a few pieces of pork, and
What was that?
I don't know what that noise was.
Oh, it was probably my wife talking to the cat. Sorry.
Yes. I was just like, eh?
Did you see?
Some wonderful
Let me
scrambled.
mute this. Wow.
Yeah, basically, you have a lovely breakfast in front of you with a little bit of orange juice and all that. Aurora, roll perception.
Okay.
You notice
Ooh,
that in your
perceptive.
note there is a faint smell of cologne, and William has signed a little P.S. If you ever fancy a drink, let me know. With an additional full signature looking extraordinarily extravagant. William Schmidt. And I mean, this
Wow.
thing takes up a huge amount of space. Like, it's the fanciest signature you've ever seen. Some clear detail has gone into there. And if you held it close to your face, you would have a strong smell of pine and a little bit of cognac.
Nice. Well, Aurora's gonna blush a little bit and tenderly tuck away the note and dash down the stairs for breakfast. Like a kid on Christmas.
Okay. Ender, can I assume that Ender would have heard the trotting downstairs?
A loud thud.
Yes, you just hear the sound of just seemingly just pounding down the stairs real quick.
All right. That commotion
Christmas
draws
Day
her
parade.
attention. She leaves her room. She's also going to go downstairs.
So Aurora, as you enter into the bar, there is a seat just there already, and right there, sitting at the base, is just a wonderful array of greens. There's a lot of ligaments, and there's nuts, kale, everything that you could ever want, essentially, just sitting there, perfect, not a wilt in sight. And just in it's a large plate. Like, you see horchata's plate, very small. Scrambled eggs, a little bit of pork. Yours is extraordinarily flourished with the freshest of vegetables and somehow strawberries. Which, if roll history real quick, let's see if you remember from your drinking.
Sir William a liar? Let's see.
Obviously.
Maybe not so much a liar, but as much as a person.
Oh,
You don't really remember that strawberries are not in season currently, but
okay.
Still, they smell particularly delicious.
So Bulk, with all his thinking, he could not think of anything.
Bulk is lifting in the college right now in a different time zone.
Dang. Tried his hardest to remember his past, and he cannot remember anything. So he came up with some reasons about what may be happening right now. He first is drunk, very drunk. He's not sure if he's drunk or not. Second is dead. He thinks he might be dead. Third one is magic, has something to do with all this. Then there's concussed, very concussed, too angry to think, or just wizards. All of them are.
Roll a con save, roll insight, and then roll arcana.
Con, insight, and arcana. Okay.
You're no longer drunk, but you feel sick. And you're able to see that magic is at play here, and that you're not quite in your original being. There's something different. It feels almost like depersonalization. Like you're...
He's going to circle wizards, all of them, and he's going to roll with that one.
All right. Do you make your way down to the bar?
Yeah.
Okay. As you come down, there is a plate that is just completely filled with different types of chicken. You see some that are breaded, others that are nice grilled marks, almost in an X pattern of sorts. And there's a few that are flavored, one having a sort of salted taste, another being of a sweeter type, and one has a very bitter but very flavorful type. So various amounts of chicken and a few small leaflets of kale seat the side of your breakfast plate.
He ignores all that and orders a drink.
There is currently no drinks available, only water.
Is there a raw steak anywhere?
Would you like to ask for one?
Yeah, I like a raw steak and just like throw it on the flame for like 10 seconds.
William skitters into the back quickly, and he comes back out with a large T-bone steak, and he conjures a flame upon his hand and holds the steak above it. Holding it for about 10 seconds, you see a moderate sear appear, and he flips it, and he gives each side a nice little glazoning of that, just seasoning it gently with salt and pepper, and he puts it in front of you on a large plate, and as he kind of appears his hand, he drops a large piece of very delicious looking butter onto it.
So Aang will eat that. And he says, I figured out what's wrong. I may be dead, and I don't remember anything, but I know that your kind is the cause for all of this, so I'm blaming you.
My kind, William kind of pulls his hand to himself. I'm simply
And
was a human.
his kind. I point at Horchata.
Oh, wizards.
All of them.
Okay.
All wizards are not bad. And then Horchata conjures up a glass of beer.
Hashtag not all wizards.
Right. And like the glass of beer floats to Angry.
Oh, I
Our
drink.
wizards'
I
rights
drink,
activism.
I drink the beer, but I'm not saying you're bad. I'm just saying you're the cause for all of my problems in life.
Fair
Fair.
enough.
William gives a slight nod over to Horchata, not knowing that he was as talented with magic as he is. Endra, have you scampered after Aurora having
Yeah.
the clompity clomps?
I came downstairs. Endra definitely heard the conversation about the strawberries not being in season. And she hadn't had very much to drink. Would she remember that?
You had, well, I mean, you are an avid alcoholic, but
Yeah.
roll a history check with advantage.
Where's my cursor? There it is.
I don't know.
What? Oh, sorry, my bad. I clicked on insight.
Wrong one. You are able to remember that strawberries are not in season. So as you walk up, your seat being next to Aurora's, you see 6 just perfect strawberries sliced in half, just kind of centering around the place, and they smell just delectable. You can smell the sweetness from them. But you remember that William had said when Aurora had asked for a drink that called for a strawberry, that he did not have them last night.
Okay. What's on Endra's plate?
On Endra's plate, it is literally just slices of tomato. It's just a ton of fucking tomato. And to either side of the plate, there's smaller ones with about 5 slices of very fluffy, it seems like it might be some form of processed bread, but it smells delicious. The bread smells freshly baked. It's slightly warm still. And there's also a slice of almond butter to the side.
Oh my god. Okay. How did he know about her peanut allergy? Okay. As if Endra didn't have enough reasons to be suspicious. She's had enough of this. She is really tempted by these delicious looking tomatoes, but she's had enough. She's gonna slam her hand down on the table.
William just turns.
Anyway, she's gonna demand to know, William, what's up? Something weird is going on here. I won't have you deny it anymore. There's no way you could have pulled off this strawberry stunt. I don't care how magical you are.
Bulk joins in. Yeah, wizard. And just glares at him.
Aurora starts getting defensive of her friends. Because she's
Of your friends or of William?
oh,
which-
defensive of my friend. Yeah, She's
Which
gonna
one?
defend William. Sorry, defending William.
Okay.
I'm just gonna whisper to Aurora, like, we don't even know this guy. Like, I get it. Trust me. I have a William too. We don't even know if we can trust this guy. Just because he's tall. So what? You're tall.
I know, so we're perfect for each other. It's just strawberries.
And then
Well-
Aang says, yeah, and he's a wizard.
William interrupts and says, I have many skills. If you look outside, you'll notice quite a bit of the area is flourished with vegetation. And he kind of moves over to the front of the bar and opens the door. And you notice the trees look luscious. There is flowers all across, and just it seems extraordinarily beautiful outside, much more than you remember as you came in to last night. Uh, Horchata and Aurora, roll Arcana.
I'm rolling it.
And Aurora, roll Arcana with disadvantage.
Ooh, okay. Because I'm smitten.
You are smitten like a horse kitten.
Oh, damn.
So
Okay.
unfortunately, you seem like you feel like something okay has happened. You're not really sure what, but Horchata, you notice this looks very, very familiar of Druid's magic,
Yes.
and you are free to share that with the group if you so wish.
I share it with the group.
Huzzah!
What?
And now you know he has Druidic magic as well.
That means something to us. Like, I don't know what that
So you
means,
some
but I feel
sort
like
of-
Endra might.
Are you some sort of hippie wizard?
I use spells that are most advantageous for me. So the ability to make things cooler or warmer, to transport things as necessary, but also to grow things that should not be able to grow at that time, such as these strawberries that I spent 8 hours creating, because it seemed that Aurora, he gives a kind of glance over to Aurora as she's, eating her food. And again, you see a little bit of red come up into his cheeks. The captain wanted strawberries last night, and I did not have them. I felt it my duty to get those here tonight. And
You
so,
spent 8 hours making strawberries for me?
Endra's
Okay.
rolling her eyes. She's
William,
like
again,
visibly
the
annoyed.
blushing becomes the entire side of his cheeks. He says, "Yes,
Don't be so impressed. He doesn't sleep.
he has noticeable bags under his eyes."
He's an elf. He doesn't sleep. He's an elf.
It's half
Elves don't
Endra-
sleep.
Endra's gonna play into this, and ask William, "What is it that you like so much about our friend Aurora?" I agree, she's lovely.
She has fine taste in what I find myself to be my calling. The
Hmm.
cures and liquors of the world. He looks a little smug at this point, and he kind of pulls his jacket. He says, "I would consider myself the father of mixology." And he kind of
Oh,
looks off.
father.
He seems very pumped and confident in that statement.
Okay. Jeez.
And he's gonna say your beer sucks. He's gonna walk out.
William seemingly does not hear the garbled drunkenness of Aang as he says that. He
Yeah,
still
did you do that on purpose, or was that just your connection?
Oh no, that was my connection.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, masterful.
Just so you know, William Schmidt is
Did
like...
you not hear me?
I did, but
Yeah.
Oh.
I made a play off of it. He wrote a book in like 1891. Like, this dude was literally the man with a plan for alcohol.
Wow.
For him.
And Aurora takes note of that. You appreciate a good cocktail.
Schmidt lived his life.
All right.
You should take some time off, my man. Working overnight. Do you want to accompany us? We're not really quite sure where we're going, but you know the area. You want to give us a tour?
Is your tail just swishing this entire time?
Practically going in circles at this point.
The
Between
helicopter.
bites of strawberry.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. With
Right.
advantage.
Yes.
Meanwhile, because she's kind of run out of witty remarks, Endra's gonna just start eating a raw tomato like an apple.
Namen. William seems hesitant. He says to you specifically, Aurora, "Well, there's been an issue in the city as of late. It's not one that I can myself fix. I have to see to my patrons. And as much as it would please me to give you a tour, he's not making eye contact with anybody other than Aurora. I cannot leave at this time. There seems to be a infestation of sorts in the city. perhaps you and your friends could take care of this. I would pay you handsomely, of course.
Oh, William, you don't have to pay me anything, but you might have to pay my friends. I will talk with them, and yeah, we seem to be quite the vigilantes in cities. I think they could spare an afternoon to get rid of some vermin.
William, again, it's a solid red coating. Anytime there's a form of play or compliment from Aurora, seemingly none of you exist to him, but he does reaffirm with Aurora's comment of perhaps her comrades or her fellow folks would be interested in this. Well, I can give you 500 gold each if you were to do this.
Ender stops chewing, having heard that number. And with some difficulty, swallows the remaining tomato, forces that down her gullet, and says to William, "Tell us more about these vermin, but you really ought to come with us. I thought you really liked my friend. Wouldn't you love to spend more time with her?" And I'm gonna roll persuasion. No!
William is kind of confused again why this goat woman is trying to
You also,
persuade him.
hey, if you really want, you have inspiration.
I don't want to waste it on that. I don't care. Like, I don't like William. I don't trust him. I kind of don't want him to stay here. I don't want him to come with us. I don't
Interesting tactic.
Just wanted
like
time.
any of this.
William, he says, well, unfortunately, again, I am the sole proprietor and owner of Take Me In tonight. There's no other workers. It's just me. But
Well, that's not a very good way to run a business, is it, William? She's given up on being persuasive. She's just mad.
William kind of just lets it slide off, and he says, but my compatriots, those who also are within the city and run inns and bars, specifically Enter Sandman and It's Just a Bed, they have been just ransacked by these rats. Some small, some large, sometimes swarms. This never has happened here. Everyone roll perception real quick.
Well, do any of us remember seeing the rat boy when we entered the city?
Also, I'm not in the bar anymore. I left.
Wait.
Oh, it was when it got all garbled. I said your beer sucks, and I was leaving.
Oh, well, you haven't left yet. Roll perception.
Wrong one. I'm very
Not performance,
persuasive.
not persuasion.
Wow, angry.
Oh,
So Aurora, Endra, and Horchata have not none of you notice anything. In fact, you believe that Williams Inn and Bar is the cleanest facility, likely in the entirety of this continent. Especially A. He is just convinced this is the most illustrious of locations. Yes, Mr. Robot Man.
It's
not
happening
hearing me?
again.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
But
said that's not a huge compliment from A. He kind of grew up in the nowhere.
to you, this looks like a castle. But he notes that Enter Sandman and It's Just a Bed, two different inns, one in the southwest of the city, this being in the southern portion, and the other, Enter Sandman being at the north part near Castle Udek, have been just having issues with these rats. William says, I have a friend who works in the guards with, our fine king and duke, but seemingly the guards have not been able to find time to go to the sewers where seemingly this issue has arisen. The rats just seem to keep coming. I'm assuming they do not come here for my magic, but they are just infesting these other locations, and I frankly cannot handle the clientele. There's too many folks coming in. I don't have enough rooms. I can't make enough food. Again, it's just me. So if you could help my compatriots, it would be most helpful, and I would be in your debt, as would they. And I'll pay you.
Ender's had
Aurora's
enough
already-
of this
yeah.
dude and wants to get out of his establishment, and if he's literally offering to pay her to leave the establishment, she'll do it.
So our Endra seems to be.
He still knows me as Nadine, by the way. Ender has not been speaking in the third
Nadine.
person this whole time.
Seems to be enticed. Does anyone else wish to take on this task for me?
Horchata agrees. You have taught me the ice knife, and for that, I will do this task for you, William Fire Ganassi, brother, blood of my blood.
William is noticeably confused because he is not a Fire Ganassi.
Oh, I thought
he is very clearly a half elf.
there's something in these eggs.
Horchata notices a bit of spice in the eggs. It tastes like a familiar friend, perhaps Laurie. It might be a seasoning salt of sorts.
Ah, yes.
Oh, BT dubs. Ender's been shoving tomatoes into her purple backpack this whole time. Kind of like I don't know, a few years ago, you guys remember frantically shoving breadsticks in my purse?
Was that a trend? Because I don't remember that.
It was like a meme, like you're on a bad date at the Olive Garden, you start frantically shoving breadsticks into your purse.
William notices, but he doesn't say anything. The tomatoes were specifically made just for you.
How thoughtful of him.
All right. So
Aurora's gonna walk over to Aang. Oh.
Yeah, no, Aurora, please.
Aang is unconvinced.
Yeah, so Aang, you get 500 gold from this, and I'm willing to give you half of that, and think of the finest clothes you could buy with it, and then I'm just gonna look at his racks.
Oh yeah, Aang is still only in a loincloth.
Straight judging the loincloth.
Aang's like, I dress like this for a reason. I don't care.
You should.
Doesn't really matter.
There's a fine smithy out here, William kind of announces from the back.
I use a stick.
They make very good sticks.
So do trees.
These are better than trees. William then eventually just turns around and again he starts kind of tinkering away.
I have 5,000 gold right here. I don't need 500. What I need is answers, and he's not going to give them to me.
Perhaps you could gain audience with the guards who may know more. They are more entwined with the rumors and words of the city than I. I'm just in my small area here.
I need someone who will tell me, A, if I'm dead, if I already died, what happened, who I am actually, and what's happening to me right now.
If we get rid of these rats, I think it helps a majority of the town, and maybe then someone will be willing to give you answers. Worth a shot.
Right. And William very clearly fawns over Aurora, being like, she's very smart, you should listen to her.
Andrew's starting to think this is like disgusting, like it's gross, and she's like visibly uncomfortable with the dynamic.
Good. You ever seen a half elf in a sandbar?
No, Andrea is pretty progressive. She was raised in the forest by a single mother and has been all around. That's a fact. That's like actually part of my backstory. She was raised in the forest by a single mother. She's pretty well traveled, but to her tolerance for this level of I was about to say interspecial, but I guess it really is interracial.
Oh my god.
What is this?
This is just really crossing a line for her.
That's interspecial.
Love is love.
Love is love. In a forest.
Aang's gonna just he's gonna give you guys a rain check. He's gonna try to find his own answers for a second and then maybe join you.
I heard that the temple has a rat problem. Perhaps they would be indebted to you and could answer some questions.
Those are just holy wizards. I don't know if I can trust them.
I wouldn't say they're only holy. They seem to be quite knowledgeable of the arcana.
Like Horchata turns to Aang and realizing that he got his Star Wars reference earlier, he says, "You will go on this venture with us."
Hello to you too.
You know what? Here's an instance.
It was worth a shot.
Aang, roll a wisdom save. Horchata, roll arcana.
Oh, I'm rolling that. Okay.
We'll see if your Jedi mind tricks work today.
Well, that's not a thing.
While that's happening, Andrew's doing some introspection.
They do not
Although
work.
she,
Damn it.
sorry.
Andra, what you're doing some introspection.
While that's happening, Andrew's doing some introspection. She still doesn't trust William. She thinks he's a shady guy, but she's realizing that maybe all this hostility stems from her own deep, powerful loneliness and her concerns about her own William's safety. She's like a little bit jealous that Aurora has her William right there and knows that he's totally fine.
Roll insight.
Okay. Oh God.
You believe that that is the exact reason for your feelings. Like, you're just like, maybe it's me.
I've talked myself out of my suspicion towards William.
Yeah, you've essentially considered it to be, you're just thinking of William and the dream that you had last night with such discomfort, and you knowing the bartender's name is William brought about that feeling.
Mhm. Makes sense.
You feel a little bit more calm in your view of William, but you still hold some level of suspicion of it.
I just don't trust blonde people. I
That's
think
fair.
maybe
He's dirty blonde though.
blonde adults. Mm.
Well, Aang's
Blonde
gonna
adults. That's the issue.
Aang's gonna walk to his lizard shop because he figures he should have confront the problem at its source.
Oh God, this is gonna go exactly like it did last time with Aang.
No,
Okay.
it won't.
You enter into. Everyone else has accepted the quest. William hands you 500 gold each.
He's paying up front. Ender's thrilled.
Wow.
Yeah. Aurora, you notice yours is a little bit more laden with gold. You're not sure how much, but there's an amount. So are you going to Wizards of the Plain, Aang, or are you going to like Trinkets and Baubles?
He's gonna glance at the map, and that's the fanciest sounding place, so he's gonna go there.
Okay. You walk over to Wizards of the Plain and you walk in, and there is a very androgynous man there, just kind of puttering about in the back. He takes zero notice of you and just continues to.
Is there a bell?
There is. It's a very small
Mm.
bell.
I'll gonna just ding the bell once.
As you ding the bell, he turns around and says, "Yes."
So let's say there was a scenario where a half orc wakes up in a cell, does not remember anything, but it's all familiar, and then a god tells him he died.
A god?
A shining light tells him that he died.
It sounds like
What's
you had a very odd dream.
What's the cause for all this? And also, you're very familiar, and for some reason I'm aggressive towards you, and I don't know why.
He looks taken aback. He says, I am just an alchemist. Oh god, everything has been fucked up because somebody disconnected. I'm just an alchemist. I know not what you want.
What do you know about people dying and then coming back to life, not remembering anything?
I'm an alchemist, not a necromancer.
Okay, I thought you were a wizard, man.
I am an alchemist.
Okay, where's the Wizard of the Plain?
The wizard. I mean, Mungo is gone currently, but he'll be back in a few days. He's taken travel to Sudnal.
Where's the closest thing to a wizard in this town?
That would be either myself or perhaps the temple.
Okay, thanks for nothing.
You're
Bye
welcome.
now.
Mungo is extraordinarily confused by what the hell that interaction was. And he just turns around and starts puttering again around his shop. You all are walking up towards the sewer entrance, which is near Castle Udek, and you run into Aang as you're doing so.
Wizard was no help. He was an alchemist, apparently.
Okay. Ender's gonna say, well, since you didn't have any luck with that, you may as well just like come with us. We could use your help.
Yeah, are you just gonna wander around the city while we exterminate some mice?
That was the plan. How violent will this extermination be?
As violent as you want. We enter and are on the same page.
As you both say that, it's loud enough for one of the guards to hear.
Oh.
And he turns to you and says, "Are you going into the sewers?"
Maybe.
We were considering it.
Oh, thank the gods. I did not want to do that.
Oh, you guys were gonna do it?
Well, I mean, the Duke had said that there was an issue with these rats. For some reason, all of our tailors, there's not a single button in the city. All of the buttons have been taken. He assumes the rats have gathered them in some weird squirrelish fashion, but we were sent to go down in there with our garrison. But it's so dark. The torches, they didn't last long enough.
How big is the garrison?
The garrison? We were 500 strong. None of us died, mind you. It seemed like there was a large issue. And we were sent down to the sewers, and it just simply... I mean, no one really goes down there.
500 of you couldn't figure this out.
Well, maybe the issue was
like
that
4 captains.
Maybe 500 is like a little too many for a sewer. Maybe that was the issue.
A very nice sewer, it's dark.
Why don't you just flood the sewer?
I can
We
flood.
don't have control over the waters like that. I mean...
Oh no, the Will, whatever his name, he's definitely got control of those waters.
Do you speak of our innkeep?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not magic within his realm.
She can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna step into that conversation.
The guard looks up. He's only about 5 feet tall. You're a wizard?
I'm not a wizard, but I am a cleric, and I follow Akadi, the Queen of Air, and that gives me power to control water. So I would be able to flood your
Visibly
sewers.
Confused. He is not an educated man.
You guys have a temple, right? You got more clerics. Just flood the sewers.
That's... I am a foot soldier. I don't know.
Let's go talk to these clerics.
He's gonna thank this guy for his intel and start walking away.
He points you towards the sewer entrance, which is right down the road. And he says, "It's very easy to get down this way, and there's lights when you go down there, so you'll be able to see."
Thanks, homie.
I thought it was
visibly confused.
Wasn't it dark?
It's dark everywhere else.
Okay.
We replace the torches at the entrance frequently.
Thing we have a fire wizard.
Yep.
Light our way.
Does everybody want to go over to the lovely land of the sewers?
Yeah.
Aang, have you been convinced?
No. But he really wants to punch some rats.
Well, you
Feels
know,
like
this would be the perfect opportunity.
Ender's gonna hype him up. She is gonna really do her best to persuade him that he will never have an opportunity like this to punch this many rats consecutively.
Well, I've tried one thing and nothing's worked, so I probably should give up.
Which of you have night vision?
Oh, I do.
I don't.
Okay, I will go. If only if you guys promise to figure out which wizard is screwing with my head.
I will do everything I can to help you, Aang. I'm also pretty confused about our situation, and I want answers.
Same. I'm honestly using this rat thing to distract me from the whole issue of teleporting and waking up in a dungeon.
Oh, you guys teleported?
Well,
Sort of.
the
Do you
three
remember
of
what
you
happened before
know
this?
what happened. You were told specifically you were transported back to see the lives of the heroes who came before you, and the importance of this battle that you have engaged on, having beaten the trio. You understand somewhat who this master is, this woman, this entity, but the only one who had spoken with her was Regal.
Mm-hmm.
And of that, he did not provide a whole lot of details other than she seemed evil. So the lights pulled you back, and you've been sent to the era where seemingly she had been defeated, perhaps.
Okay, we've just been withholding all that information from Aang this whole time.
Aang has no fucking clue.
Okay.
No.
So you
All
guys,
right.
you guys don't have the sense of constant dread, like you died a horrible death and then you woke up and can't remember anything, but everything's familiar, but at the same time it's not familiar at all, and you're just really, really, really angry about it.
To him,
Well,
he is in Death Day.
Can't say I do.
What'd you say?
He's in Death Day. He's just repeating it.
Okay.
Like, for him, this is cyclic, and each time his brain mushes a little bit more.
Yeah, so you guys don't have that feeling?
Endra's gonna do her best to try and like soothe Angry and say, I do understand that feeling of constant dread, really just all the time. But then she's gonna explain to him verbatim what you just reminded all of us of.
You're just gonna throw that at him.
No, she's gonna really gently ease him into the idea that, like, are you familiar with the concept of time travel? Do we know what time travel? Like, I'm really confused about what we know. It seems like you just told us we were transported back to the time.
Yeah, you're not necessarily traveling back in time. It's more that this is well, if Horchata was here, he would be able to tell you a little bit more, but it's more that you were in a pocket reality. Something that exists within the realm, but it's more of a freeze. This is something that is able to be recounted, but no alteration happens to the present time, which is where you are from. Aang is from the past.
Right.
And he is stuck in this pocket because it was created for this purpose.
Okay.
Are we in the past right now?
Yes.
Okay, but whatever we do, it doesn't affect the future.
No. You cannot tell that you look like, to everyone, you fit in perfectly. But in reality, you're essentially walking the paths of different people. Like, so Aurora, you're literally walking through the path of a paladin who was a dragon born. Liv is walking, or Endra is walking the path through a elfin soul knife fucking throwing rogue, and Horchata is walking through the life of a fire wizard. But it essentially, it's like the Matrix in this way. It just flows around you and incorporates your current being, and it's allowing you the most optimal understanding of what had happened before, because the gods felt it so urgent.
All right, so given that Horchata would be able to best explain that to Angry, maybe we should resume our explanation next week.
Angry, roll intelligence real quick.
Not my highest stat, so this would be good. Ooh, that's an 8 for intelligence, so we'll see what I roll.
You seemingly have a limited understanding. Your head hurts as you listen to the explanation by Horchata, but it brings the most minimal of calm to you, about 5%.
That's not a lot of calm.
Yeah, you're still very anxious, very unsure of what the fuck is happening. But as you all lower yourselves into the sewer climbing down the pipe, can everyone see this area? I moved you all into it. No?
No, it's all dark.
Really? Zoom out real quick.
I did.
Yeah, I have a
this black square just gets smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you see now, Andrea?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Here, I'll refresh.
Nah, it's probably this thing having an issue. Let's see.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. Well, I will fix that later. Regardless, you're going to be in a sewer at the start of the next game. Jesse, Hunter, can either of you see a water things around you?
Nope.
Nope.
Are you guys all still at the dungeon?
Nope.
It's just a black square.
Black square.
What the fuck? Well, that's weird. Let's see. How about now?
I just see my token.
Same.
Oh,
But
I
nothing
see
else.
You see
And
all
it's gone.
things?
I'm gonna restart.
Wait, I think I see it. But now I can't. Yep.
Which one is it?
I'm trying to zoom in on it. Just 1 second. I have it.
Okay, the only thing I can see is my token in a black box.
I have it with a red ring around me for some reason.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna try and see if I can fix all of yours real quick. Do you see anything yet, Liv?
Nope. Just Endra.
Really?
Yep.
You know what? Let's see. How about now?
Yes, I can.
You can see slightly around you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jesse,
No, I just see my token.
how about now?
Yes.
Okay, I will figure out what's happening.
I'm in a sewage.
Yeah, I'm in a sewage, just one. But yeah, this torch here is not giving off the light it's supposed to. I'll figure that out later. But as you all enter into there, you hear a very subtle kind of squeaking noise very far in the distance, echoing off of the sewerways. The sewer is just encompassed and encased with this beautiful marble. It doesn't smell particularly bad or anything, but you do notice that there is very clear and obvious sewage in these waters. It seems extremely well built. As you look forward, you notice that the ground, although relatively clean, there are quite a few rat droppings all over. And real quick, everyone roll perception. All right, y'all are gonna go. Endra, you fucking A. All of you notice there is a few various buttons leading down the pathway. If you can't see right now, don't worry. But there is just scattered buttons, kind of just nestled within the rat droppings. Nothing that's fancy or anything, just some brown buttons that are on the ground. And with that, we will end today's session. For those that watch, thank you, and thank you to the University of Washington for obviously making this possible. Sirenscape, Twitch, YouTube, all the things, the VA. And from all of us lovely folks here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week with our session, which will be on April 13th at 7:30 instead of our normal 6:30 time. So we'll see you there. Be square.